saying it worked out for Willy Wonka.
And I'm just telling you that you would have to specifically design the elevator to be able to collapse through the roof if you wanted to Wonka that shit.
I think we can get an elevator. We can go to the roof. I'm a big fan of climbing
through the roof.
I'm cutting this this elevator's Achilles. That's what I'm telling you right now.
They had elevators in 1892. Well, I guess they were not the same elevators, but
but it was still early 1900s when they had the auto safety switch.
You guys are fucked up on so many levels.
Anyways,
I enjoy it. I love it. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
I don't think you can say the statement, you guys are fucked up on so many levels, without being judged.
I'm a little embarrassed that Keegs is the one that's judging us for being fucked up. That's a really low bar to hit, and we're under it, which concerns me more.
You do have a point.
So it seems, right there with you. It seems most of the free fall incidents are construction sites.
That would make sense. Not fully set up.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got connections at elevator companies. If you want to call it in and find out, let's put together a list of questions.
I don't think we need to physically test this. I think we can calculate.
Oh no, I want to see it tested. We gotta go to the steel building. We're gonna go to the steel building. We're gonna ask them if we can just fuck with their elevator.
I'm in.
Otis and ThyssenKrupp, we're going to call in. We're having vendor visits set up in the next few weeks. We got questions.
You're having like a serious vacuum conversation, like complete side note. What do you think would happen more often? Okay, I'm done. I'll digress. I'm good. I'm going to kill some dragons. Fine.
Anyway, yeah, you got me curious now. And guess who needs to put an old school elevator into this campaign if you guys give me 5 minutes?
Into the mountain.
Little mechanism here that they've enveloped, pulley system. Okay, great.
Reed's not getting on the elevator. That is his biggest fear. We just figured it out.
Well, with that said, everyone that tuned into Elevators for Dummies has had their session. We're going to go ahead and move over to the next podcast of Chaos Chamber. With that said, welcome, everyone. We are going to play D&D as well. Don't let us throw you off with the previous conversation. And we're going to pick up right where we left off with a decision point to be made, with a little bit of a concern, a little bit of fear, a little optimism. And we'll see what the group's going to do, because they've been asking the question of what are we going to do for the last week, and I still don't know what they're going to do in the few seconds that follow. So let's find out.
Joke's on you. Joke's on you. We don't know either.
So with that said, let's go ahead to the recap. Last session, after kicking ass on the rock, coming out of its nest, those rocks to be specific, and fleeing southward, having buried these things under the ground, the second one under the ground, traveling from its worm form, and a little bit of an explosion, poof, as this thing, as Warwick led up on the polymorph. You guys saw a formation coming to see what the hell was going on from the north. A couple of stone giants making their way out of this canyon, heading south along the river. You guys skedaddled back to a hideout you found that was a pretty decent cover. Some brush, some hill, bit of a cliff right there. You guys dug some trenches in preparation. You set the bait and put the harshnag out. Had them play dead with the trap. Lured these guys in as they came over. Surrounded them. Boom! Attacked. Went after them. Turned out to be several of these stone giants, along with a couple cave bears in tow. They seemed fairly relaxed as they were approached. A little confused as you snuck upon them and they found a frost giant faking dead on the ground. But with relative ease, putting these stone giants and their deer-friendly pet cave bears down without much incident. getting a good look at these stone giants now, as you took a moment to gander upon them, compared to the previous that you've seen. A little bit leaner than those that you've seen previously, like the fire, and even harsh. A little bit taller, similar in height to the fire giants, but their pale gray skin throws you off a little bit. Almost looks dead in a lot of ways. Their bluish gray eyes starting to frost over a hair as they were killed. These stone giants look a bit more not fierce like the fire giants, more I'm trying to think of a great word here. A little more humanoid than the others, the bulky form that they did. Just a larger humanoid, almost more resemblant of Grizz, stretched out. So just interesting. So with that said, you guys having slaughtered these multiple stone giants and the cave bear, taking a moment to breathe, creating a lot of noise in the process, and as you look to the north, finding that there was behind the mist of this massive cavern, this cave-like system, this ravine, seeing the multiple stone giants, as it appears, forming at the entrance in a semi-militaristic style. Meanwhile, you see taking off from above 2 rocks with some type of creatures on top of it, and as you get a better glance, it appears 2 stone giants riding these rocks, circling around overhead of this militaristic formation about 1,000 feet to the north of you. And as you were preparing for what to do, looking, hoping to the east, to the northeast, and you see your griffins, maybe a mile or 2 off, tough to tell as they're up in the air, traveling as a flock, making their way to you. And we're going to pick up in that very moment and decide what to do. So with that said, let the chaos ensue. What do you guys want to do?
Warwick,
I think we need to.
Can you bring up a really large fog cloud?
I can.
Just to give us a little bit of cut. I know it won't. The ones on the rocks will see us still, but if we can hide ourselves a little bit.
And as you take a look, the rocks seem to be doing a few loops above this militaristic pattern. This group of stone giants at the base that seem to be relatively unmoving in their position at the moment, but the rocks kind of circling on opposite sides, doing a quick loop.
I could, but I can't. I'm pretty sure the weather was over 10 miles an hour.
Is that what it was?
I think it was 11.
We also know at least one of them could cast spells, so they could dispel.
Yeah.
That means we're fighting. I think we need to GTFO, throw out whatever you can to distract.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start running south.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in there, but I'm pretty sure it was over 10. So just
I'm checking real quick just to be sure while you guys discuss. To take a moment, you get a free moment since I don't have the weather memorized.
Did we get a Soog back up?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And I'm gonna assume my rage goes away.
I think we're all, as we're talking, I think we're all trying to move south. And we need to find a place to hide. And quickly. Hopefully somewhere where Harshnag can join, but if not, we have to. And I'm gonna look at Harshnag. You're gonna have to be polymorph, big guy, because don't want you to die either.
I know exactly what I'm turning him into, by the way.
12 miles per hour wind today.
Yep. Yeah, that'll dissipate it. So we'll just we'll run south, and then if as we're running, anybody wants to help with a perception check, and what we're looking for, G, is place to hide. It'll keep us very well hidden, not just a little bit of coverage, full coverage, hidden, something like that. Cave wouldn't be terrible. Cave might not be cave. Cave might be a little rough.
Don't pick me.
It's controlled.
We all know I'm not doing that.
You can either two people can give me a roll, or one with advantage, but since Althea is already rolled, one other person in the party can look.
Cool.
I can.
And you can choose perception or survival.
And I'm proficient in perception. If you are too, go for it.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
I'll
we
give you
got a lot of good perceivers.
Oh, 28. Fucking A.
All right, and what are you looking for as you're tearing south?
Something that will give us full coverage.
Yeah,
Complete full coverage. That way we can just hide from the rocks that are flying above, as well as the landing party.
Probably, preferably not something that is inhabited.
Yes.
All right.
But if
If it push comes to shove, I'd rather take inhabited than them. So
exactly.
All right. So if you see like a dragon cave, you're okay with heading in there instead of the.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Sure.
let's fight a dragon. I'm
Yeah.
game right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
I got no more rages, but let's do this.
All right. How far south are you looking to hide here? I mean, you there's a long way that you traveled. Keldrum, your memory is pretty good. You remember a few different areas that you saw that were potentially effective enough to be able to hide. But you guys are booking it. You're what to the north? How far did you? I mean,
How
I
far
don't
can
think we want to go too far.
How far can we
Okay.
get though? Because what I don't want to do is go far enough to where the rocks flying are going to catch up to us. Or no, you said they were circling the party, so they're not necessarily flying towards us. They're just circling, staying near that party, right?
as of the moment that you turn to run, they are circling the party, and the party does not appear to be moving.
I
Okay.
think we go 500 feet or so, and we.
Who's the? Is anyone less than 30 feet in the party for movement?
No. Let me check. So real quick.
I would be, but my boots help me out. Siddle's right at 30, I believe.
Yep.
Still got a 30.
Okay.
I'm 30.
So you guys are getting about 60 feet per turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, as we're running, stay within 30 feet of me. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality.
Oh, well, before you do that, I'm assuming you're going to say you're going to cast Aura of Vitality because I have Beacon of Hope in my.
No,
range.
hold on to that. Just hold on.
Okay. All right, then go ahead. Go do your thing.
And then for 10 rounds, I can hand out 2d6 for healing. I know Grizz is hurt. I know Amrook's hurt. And
It
Reed.
is a flesh wound.
Warwick's at full health. No Siddle. We're just chilling in the back. No
I'm
worries.
missing 12, 16 health.
All right, so this is going to be 2 for Ryan. Oh. I'll give you one more.
You see me looking a little more chipper.
I'll give you one more.
He ready.
Oh my god, I'm rolling for shit. So that's 3.
Get them all out now.
You
Carl,
boy.
how many are you down?
I look like I'm about a quarter or 3/4 health.
All right, I know Grizz is pretty well hurt. So this only takes bonus action. So
Yeah, so you've got your movement, and you can only use basically the entirety of the party, your movement and your action to move. You guys are moving about 60 feet per 6 seconds here. So you've got your bonus actions available to you if anyone wants to do anything. I will tell you that you will have at least 5 rounds to plan for right now.
So you already gave out 3.
I say we take all 5 rounds to run south. That'll get us about 300. What is it? 300 feet, roughly. 300
Yep.
feet.
Yep.
And that's,
Grizz,
yeah.
Grizz, give yourself 23.
Oh, you beautiful, beautiful soul. Puts me back up to full.
Nice.
As you guys take it and make about 25-30 seconds of tearing south, you glance back over your shoulder and look. Your griffins are just a little bit closer as you peer in the sky. Not much, but a little bit. And as of this moment, you see 3 giants behind you. Not behind you, at that formation. So you kind of see the front line of what was there. The other 3 have been hidden behind the mist. You don't see them at the moment. Meanwhile, of the 2 rocks, they seem to still be circling 30 seconds later, but you've seen they've kind of turned, and are looping back over the center of the party, and they kind of turn in your general direction. But nothing has gotten any closer, and you've put an extra 300 feet between you.
Did you drop a card or no?
I planned on it. I didn't roll it.
Oh, okay.
Someone send a message to the Griffins to let them know to fly south, because if they fly any closer to the rocks, then they're dead.
Yeah. Yep. I will. I'll send a little messy message, but I have. Well, hold on. Let me see what Siddle has, because I'm running a little low.
Because we didn't start moving yet, correct?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna be, so I don't want to put it down before we move.
Got it. I mean, you guys are still running. You've traveled about 300 feet south at this point as you're tearing, and that's when you glance over your shoulder and see that they've turned and kind of started to move. And so you're taking the moment in this round to slow down a little bit and cast Sending. So it's going to cost you about half your movement this round.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Keegs, that's fine. I'll put down the card.
Yeah, I'll Siddle's gonna cast Sending to the Griffins. Just tell them back off for a little while. We'll reach out.
And G, I'm gonna put it 30 feet to our north.
30 feet to the north, you're dropping the card.
Technically throwing it, but
Okay. Yeah, chucking this thing like Gambit. I got you.
Was that 3 to who?
That 3 is to you. That's no. Hold on. The 24 is for Amrook.
Oh, okay.
Ryan. From what you had, so it was 9, 2, and 3. So it should be 9, 2, and 3. It should be 14 points for you for healing.
Okay.
So I think you're only down by 2 now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. King of Hearts.
Grizz, I got one more. Do you need it, or does Carl need it?
I don't know if that was
when I was at the previous one.
Yeah, I believe so.
I am full. Don't worry about me.
You're full. Grizz, give yourself another 8.
I think Grizz is full
Ace of
too.
Spades.
Full.
How about a
Well,
Sug?
Hearts-
A Sug?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
a Sug. Yeah, I'll give it a Sug.
What is the Ace of Spades or Ace of Clubs? Would you throw?
It's a. Did you mean to put your camera on?
Oh, I turned mine off by accident. Sorry.
I just want to see your pretty face.
Yeah, no, it was. Man, it was giving me a margarita.
Nice.
I'm jelly.
For the Ace of Clubs.
I am
Oh,
super jelly.
Dude, that's
Oh,
what we're
yeah,
having in
clubs,
the in-game
sorry.
section. We're just gonna have margaritas the whole time.
I was reading. I was looking at an iron golem.
I was thinking we reinvigorate the Nat 20 game.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing, and that's gonna be the time where we roll a ton of Nat 20s and a ton of Nat 1s. We're getting shit.
All right.
Stay-
So an Iron Golem kicks out from the
Wow.
deck of illusions.
I
Dude,
like
that's
that shit.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Dude, an Iron Golem is rocking, bro.
I mean, it's an illusion of it, but
I
still,
was gonna say,
nonetheless.
Dude, that's a. No,
it's
well,
the
I mean,
illusion
I-
of rocking.
And these guys are pretty high intelligence, so they're gonna figure it out quick. But it might give us an extra round.
We'll slow them down.
But an Iron Golem rating is like a challenge rating like 16. So that's not a whimsy little thing. That thing's a badass. Oh, so
Pretty cool.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
picture of a badass.
Yeah.
well, whatever.
Creation, just bring it.
I like to think you guys are having this conversation as you're running south, breathing heavy. Oh, that's badass. Well, that's a picture of a badass.
We dwarves are natural sprinters.
So, as you toss this back, Reed, you guys slow down momentarily to take that glance, toss the card. This Iron Golem pops out, momentarily holding its ground, and you see it kind of stretch and flex and is basically looking somewhat just dangerous. It's trying to look intense at the moment. And
can I put an illusion on it? Oh no, never mind. That's a pretty sure it's an action. Well, hold on. Since we're taking
movement,
the Celestial is still there too, correct?
No, because as soon as I cast
Aura of Vitality,
Aura of Vitality, it went away. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys do this, you continue to turn and run, looking for that spot with your perception on, Caldrum?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Luckily, you guys are familiar with this terrain. You know kind of how the river runs. You know the layout. You know that it's fairly easy to navigate terrain with a lot of little nooks and crannies, hidden overhangs, little hills. You're not the only ones that know these well, but you've learned it along the way, Caldrum in particular, due to your love of the land. And you know that not too far ahead, there's likely a place that you think that the group of you can jump to the south. So as you're tearing over the grass, still this iron golem behind you, you guys glance over your shoulder once again, and the party standing in front of the entrance to this ravine is gone. You do not see them. You don't see them approaching. You don't see them in hindsight. The ravine is somewhat covered in mist, but where they were seems to be empty. Meanwhile, the two that were on rocks are heading south through this ravine, this channel in your direction, not directly towards you, but kind of south. They seem to be following the river, and they are making up ground fast. They seem to be moving at a rate of about 4 times faster than you are, and coming quickly. What was originally about 1,300 feet the last time you looked back is probably now closer to about 700 feet as they're gaining some ground on you. But this iron golem is now still standing in the field. You see him just smacking the ground with this massive club that came out. Doesn't seem to do any movement with it, but he is looking fierce and gaining attention. And as you see them slightly shift their flight pattern, they seem to be heading in his direction. Anything else you guys are doing as you're tearing south?
Yep. So
If they
go ahead.
If they get within 120 feet, I'd like to cast Magic Missile, at least 1 bolt for each of them, and I'm using Superiority Die Trip Attack.
Nice.
Good shit, man. That's awesome.
Okay. You continue moving southward a little bit further. You guys manage to make it about another 120 feet. 12 seconds pass. It is a matter of counting seconds at this point. You follow the river, and as you do so, Caldrum points you in a direction off. You see a little bit of an overhang cut over. The bushes seem to be fairly robust in that particular area. But what throws you off is there actually seems to be, as the overhang from the cliffs come out, the bluff seems to wrap up around it, and there's actually a little bit of a nook that you can jump back between where the cliff side and the wall exist and this hillside, and it almost it wedges into this corner. It's large enough for you guys to lead through. I mean, it's probably about 15 feet tall, but because of the angle at it, it's not directly perceptible from above or directly from the side. It's almost like a 45-degree angle in visibility. And so as you guys are tearing there, you see the griffins, or the rocks and the stone giants getting closer and closer. However, they seem to have spread out momentarily, one cutting towards the east wall, one cutting towards the west, and it's still about 300 feet to the north, right about where that golem was, a little bit north of it. And as they kind of cut from both sides, you momentarily see them turning on this wide arc towards the stone golem as you reach this crevasse that Caldrum finds. Are you guys jumping in? Are you heading into it? You staying out? What do you want to do? He's found it.
Harshnag, you said it's 15 feet tall. I'm assuming he'll have to duck, but he can. Harshnag's okay.
Yeah,
too?
I mean, it's a 15-foot tall holding, and it kind of, once you go inside, as soon as the first one of you goes, it seems to wedge open a little bit. So that's just the entrance.
Awesome.
And as the actual base, as you go over this hill, it drops down for maybe about 50 or 60 feet or so, and then seems to level out into some like dirt-like path. Meanwhile, the top portion, the overhang, is actually about flat. So from the side, as you jump into this little 15-foot crevasse, it opens up like this as you slide down it. And Harsh isn't even hesitating; he is jumping in and basically sliding down this thing on his belly like he's heading into second base.
Does he say
Asug pulls the leg slide as he drops down with 1 foot in advance.
he twists his ankle? He's fine. It's okay. Not very athletic.
Is anyone staying out, or are you guys all heading under the cave, under the overhang?
I'll head
We'll
in.
go under.
Do I see any place that I could hide at the entrance?
At the entrance? I mean, there's still some shrubbery up front that's kind of blocking the up front path. So you have some places there that you can duck underneath that shrubbery right at the entryway, and then potentially be well hidden.
I would know, I'm asking party and you, that someone in the party could communicate with me if I stayed up. So that,
Oh yeah, you're only ducking back about 60 feet, so you guys, so you could verbally talk, or if you're looking for more magical, quieter means.
I was looking for more magical, quieter means.
Okay.
I can, I can do message.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to make sure that I knew that I knew that, but had Amrook seen you guys do it or felt you guys do it.
Warwick is only going to respond if Amrook does it correctly, though. If he doesn't, not even going to say anything. I'm actually going to even hear you.
60 feet, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to look for a spot out front of the entrance and hide as well as possible to give the party any warning if I see them coming.
Nice.
Okay, so basically you're right on that ridge line, and there's some brush on the one side of it. So even though it's 15 feet tall, this thing stretches about 60 feet wide. The one side of it, about 15 feet of it, is covered in some bushes that have overgrown. The 10 feet on the far side has some kind of vines and some other growth that's tapered down over. It's fairly open if you're coming in from those middle. What is that? 35 feet. But you can hide kind of on both sides.
Okay. I'll hide on the left. Always go left. And that'll cancel out my magic missile. I don't want to engage at this point. I am just hiding and then hoping that they figure out to send me a contact every once in a while.
I'm going to, as I see him stay back, I'm going to give him a little bardic inspiration just in case he needs it.
I like it.
I was going to, as I see you go out, I'll keep communications going as I tag you with a little guidance.
Sweet. So I got guidance, bardic inspiration, and you're gonna whisper. Got it.
Joke's on you. We're not whispering. We're gonna leave your ass. See ya.
That's all right. That's all right.
As a party, give me a stealth check.
Can I have flat stealth since I'm not moving?
Yeah.
Yes.
Deal. Can I too, since I'm in the cave?
You may.
Does that mean we all get advantage? The rest of us? Is that how that works?
No, I'm eliminating their noise disadvantage.
All right. I figured I'd throw it out there. All right. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, Sybil rolled a 19. And what does Warwick roll? Where we at?
Help me out. What's the bardic inspiration?
D8.
Yeah.
All right. There's my 4 for guidance.
I'm going to use a lucky roll.
Oh, man.
Because Warwick rolled a 6, 7, because it was +1. I'm going to use a lucky roll and re-roll stealth. 22, baby.
Nice. We didn't do. I mean, the majority of it. Oh, what about harsh negative? Sug. We'll see what happens.
They're getting ready to roll now.
Oh, that's gonna suck. So Warwick, Althea, Siddle, Ryan, and Reed all did decent. I don't know about those. Amrook, myself, and Caldrum sucked.
It's even sucked, even though I added my bardic inspiration and guidance on there. Like, it still sucks.
7 for Harsh, 3 for Asug.
Oh, nuts.
Cool.
Amrook, give me a perception check.
Oh, shit. There we go.
Meanwhile, Harsh stands up, his entire body covered in dirt and mud, as it seems to be a little bit muddy as you guys are running down this hill. Levels out. It actually does taper at as you guys step down there. So it's about 60 feet down, and then heads back another 40 feet or so, and then tapers off. The rock wall kind of meets this area. There's a small, dirty stream running through it that doesn't seem to go anywhere. It kind of just trickles out into the out of this cave, and then eventually seems to meet the tributary of this main river that you guys had followed up. But otherwise, just seems to be a little nook kind of got carved out with a fake back that is just a really good hiding spot. And Emrook, with perception, you buried yourself in these bushes for stealth. You are in there so that nobody can see you, and then you forgot to account for the fact that you need to be able to see out, and the reason you stayed up here was have good visibility. And so you're kind of pulling your way through, trying to find out and get some visibility. You can see little bits and pieces. You see a nice little bird over here. You can kind of see the sky. There's a cool looking cloud that looks like a bunny rabbit over in this distance, but you're struggling to see too much up north, other than the fact that you see one of the rocks circling what appears to be near, doing minor circles, over this stone giant that exists up, or this iron golem that exists up there. You do, however, not see the second rock for a moment, and watching for him before a shadow passes over your head, and you notice the shadow more before you see the rock. And as you look up, you see this thing shooting past, pretty much directly over your head. Doesn't seem to be looping, doesn't seem to be moving. He cuts directly over, right along the canyon wall, over top of where you are. Seems to jut past you. Disappears for a few moments as he continues heading southward. A few more seconds. A few seconds pass and you see it do a big U-turn to the other side of the canyon wall.
Emrook, what do you see out there?
And he loops up the canyon wall, not quite reaching you yet.
How far up is he? Because I don't want to start talking and he hears me or anything.
He's a good ways up there. He is probably 250 feet in the air, 300 feet up there.
Then I think I can Homer Simpson whisper to you guys what I see through the vines that are covering my face.
You're mentally talking to him, right?
I don't think it's message. It's not mental, right? It's whisper.
Yeah, with message you're actually verbally.
I have to actually say it.
Yeah, it's not telepathy. It's yeah.
Right.
And you see on the opposite canyon wall on the other side of the river, he passes your location. You see his eyes kind of looking around. Seems to shoot a little bit to the north. Momentarily, you think his gaze may spend a little long in your general direction. It's tough to tell, and you're a little paranoid. So he doesn't. The position of the rock doesn't seem to move at all, and he continues heading to the north until meeting up with his compatriot above this iron golem. They do a few loops, swoop down momentarily before swooping back up again. And you lose them a little bit as they head to the east. So you're on the east side of this riverbank on the cliff wall underneath. You lose them as they kind of break to the northeast over top of this ridge.
So I think they're like heading back north.
They seem to be heading to your right, over top of your heads, and north still, back towards the ravine.
So next time Caldrum asks what I see, I'm gonna go, "Oh my God, no!" Ah! And that's all they hear.
You guys hear Emrook stutter a little bit. Caldrum, you do, and then cuts out.
Yeah, I think he might have had a stroke. Let me go see if he's okay. I'll peek my head out.
Does he see me?
Do I see him?
Yeah, give me a perception check. And what was your stealth?
It was 14. It was 14. He sees me.
You see his legs sticking out of the bushes. His body concealed. His feet kind of wiggling a little bit.
Hey, Amra, are you all right?
Just some massive heartburn. I think that chicken we ate earlier did something to me. The fried rock.
The
fried rock.
The rock, yeah. The fried rock, yeah. Okay.
As you look, you do not see any of the rocks flying around further. They are not there.
All right, boys. I think the coast is clear for now. maybe we should make a plan. Warwick, what do you say?
Well, definitely need a long rest for sure. But and this everybody knowing that I saw him in that 20. I can reach out to the Thane and try to end the bloodshed. See if we can come to some sort of agreement while we're here. Might not be a bad idea.
I mean,
agree.
Try it.
I'll agree to that only if they promise not to attack more villages.
That's what I'm concerned about. If we ask them for the conch, and we ask them not to take on, attack any more villages, I don't know. I mean, I can always ask, but I don't think they're going to go for both. Maybe. I don't know. I could be good.
Then they die. If they can't agree to both, then it's settled. They die.
Well, we at least teach them a lesson. They don't necessarily have to die. At least not all of them.
First of all, the humble. I like it. I like
Exactly.
it. Yeah. So let me type something out here. So let me think.
So are we setting up camp then? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I'd say probably.
Yeah.
Let's set up camp. Do we have enough coverage to where we can light the lantern?
The lantern's been lit this whole time.
It's still
Yeah,
lit.
you guys are still keeping that thing lit.
Cool. As long as it's still lit, awesome.
How far back did you guys check out the back of this area? Do we know that
No,
nothing else is here, or are we safe?
I was up front with you, so no.
And you can see I'm just gonna, to be easy on this one, you guys can see the back of this thing. It is not far away. I mean, 60 feet in each direction, and maybe 60 to 70 feet wide. This thing is just a small nook in the cracks of this ravine. It is nothing big. There's no cave that dwells back into it. It's pretty simplistic.
It is closed off, though. It's not that there's a back.
It is closed off to the back. No, you see that entirely closed. There seems to be a little trickle running down, kind of where the water is trickling down from the rock wall and forming a small stream, only a couple feet wide, that runs along the back of it and then cuts out and runs into the tributary at the base.
All right, then I'm good to set up camp.
What time is it roughly?
Based on the travel and everything you've done, it's only about midday. You approach this fairly early in the morning.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's not even midday yet.
We don't have to take a long rest if we don't want to, but we at least set up and see what happens.
I would not be opposed to a long rest.
Let's
Like
see what
extra long
happens
rest?
after Warwick sends his message and see what Warwick has to say. He is the leader after all.
So far, I'm trying to keep it within 25 words. I have 5 more words after this, but I said, or I can say, let's end the bloodshed. Give us the conch and end your terror on the towns, and we will leave in peace. Pretty straightforward. Terror on the towns. I have 4 more words left. I can say love you.
What exactly do you mean you have 4 more words left?
Well, let's talk about this over at campfire. I'll tell you how sending works. I mean, Muscle Wizard, you might be able to show me a few things, but we'll talk. Don't worry. I can only say so much with this magical spell, so I have to keep it within a certain.
You have a limited number of words when you do that.
Yes.
But then the person that receives it can say whatever they want.
No, they can only say 25 words back as well.
So both parties have a limit.
Yes.
I didn't know that, Warwick. Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I'm just gonna grimace a little bit, but my fault, Amro. I should have explained it better. I'll do better next time. As I'm just swallowing my frustration.
I'm gonna check my wand and make sure I didn't accidentally cast that face on him.
Do you want to add in there? And it doesn't make any sense how you've to add this in there how you've ordered it, but reiterate that we spoke to Anam. Not that they may not care, but it gives us potentially a little bit more credibility.
So I could say, let's end the bloodshed, give us the conch, and end your terror on towns. We will leave in peace. We are following Anam's plan. That's not reasonable? We are following Anam's plan. Hey, Harsh, real quick, do all of the giant factions follow Anam pretty closely? Like, is Anam's word what each faction lives up to?
It's Anam's sons, but
live up to is a difficult idea. We all reside under the great Anam. However, each of us swear to one of Anam's sons. Okay. Those that protect us, those that deliver the world unto us and keep us safe and grant us our success.
Makes me a little
nervous. Or the stone, it is scorious stone bones, to which they swear their allegiance.
I like stone bones. Well, I can send this off and see what happens if we want to all figure out, who's taking what watch, and then hopefully get in a long rest, because this is either going to work and we're going to get a conch, or we're going to have to march in there and kill some people. Well, kind of. We can get them out one way or the other. And what time of day did you say it was? Afternoon?
It's just before midday.
Do you have enough spells to send another message? Because we'll need to decide where to meet if they're open to this.
I don't, but as long as we can get a short rest in, I can. So.
Okie dokie.
No, I take that back. I do. I do.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. All right. I'm gonna send this off. I'm gonna use sending at a 5th level spell slot because Papa Bear's out of some spelly spells here. And that's what I'm saying to the thing. Exactly what we talked about. And as we do that, I'm going to give myself my last bit of bardic inspiration. And I might need you to guide me here in a minute. That feeling there's going to be a persuasion check here.
Let's go ahead and get that persuasion check out of the way.
Awesome.
Yeah, as you're sending, I would have guided you.
Awesome. It's going to be a nat 20. But definitely want the guidance and the bardic inspiration as well. So I'm going to roll, but take it as a nat 20. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? Spell. Shit.
Why are you rolling if it's a nat 20?
Just because I can remember what my modifier was. It's an 8, so it's a 28, and then I'm going to roll.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what plus it was. So it's a 28 plus 2, so 30 plus a d8. Oh my god, 31.
The bonuses sucked.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot. Could have been higher.
A lot better. But that's okay. I'll take it.
Hey, 3 points counts. And it's a nat 20, so.
Yeah.
Thane also rolls a nat 20 and says, fuck you.
Oh, God.
Okay. So sending off this spell, awaiting the return, and then you're doing the moments after?
I'm going to sit and rest in hopes that maybe we get a short rest in, or I want to try to at least get a short rest in hopes that nothing interrupts us for a long rest, but at least want to try and get something back.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting and chilling. Man, if only somebody knew how to cook. Siddle, where's that cookbook at? Don't want to make a fire just yet.
Yeah, no.
I wish. So excited to see what happens. Man, I can't believe D4 and a D8. 12, but was actually a 3. Gosh. Didn't even go average there. I'm nervy. I'm nervy. Yeah,
I know.
I'm kicking back at this point. Oh well, no. As we're sitting there, I'm waiting. I'll look at Caldrum, and for the first time, and probably in front of everybody, I'll say, "Hey, Caldrum, I just want to let you know, I think that spell worked. Whatever you did, whatever restoration, whatever you did, feel at ease. Slept the best I've slept in a long time. I haven't had anything lingering over me, so thank you. I appreciate it."
Awesome.
Oh, and he got back to us. Here's what he said. I shall call off my guards and will listen to what you plan of a noms you believe you are following. I do not know what terror you speak of, but we shall convene in truce. So he's ready to meet up. So my suggestion is we take a long rest today.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell him, I could reply back to him now and tell him we can meet him somewhere. I feel like probably not all of us should go. I feel like maybe me and one or two other people, and then I can get the Thane and one or two of his.
I can go. I speak giant, just in case. I think Harshnag going might not be the. I'll look at Harshnag. No offense, but I.
Would we know if the stone
It is
giant
for the best. What's that?
Would we the stone giant, or would we know if the stone giants can talk in common, or are they just giant?
Based on the response, you know that some of them at least do.
Okay.
Just in case. Just in case, Warwick. If they start jibber jabbing back and forth in giant, I can. They don't have to know, but they can assume that I know how to speak giant. So.
Ye old jibber jabber.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Long rest. Where should we have him meet us? Because I feel like it should probably somewhere out in the open where we can see anything coming around. We call in the Griffins and have them waiting just in case, or Siddle.
Yeah.
And then everybody else can be kind of waiting on standby somewhere close, as I'm assuming the Thane is going to do the same thing.
Can the Griffins? Do we want the Griffins to? Since it's a truce now, do we want the Griffins to meet us here? And then we be ready. I know. I don't know.
I say we keep them back.
Just until we figure out where we're going to meet and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But they're off. They're safe.
Warwick, you hear a voice that is not quite similar to the last, but is a deep echo that resembles that of the Thane.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay, folks. You just see this look of slight panic.
Kind of like we just did.
Come over my face. And I'm going to look at the group and say, so the Thane has invited me to the cleft to hear what I have to offer. Instead of the hole that we found. They know exactly where we're at. Interesting. Would I know where the cleft is?
Guys roll nat 20s too.
I told you you'd fucking do it. I told you.
Nice. So would I know where the cleft is?
Harshnag tells you that he believes the ravine that we saw to the north, where right behind the Rock's Nest, is known locally to the Giants as Deadstone Cleft. He's heard them refer to it that way before.
Well,
I don't.
That's a little close.
So is there a time limit that you have after a message is sent to send the message back?
I don't think it specifies actually.
As immediately, this is message you had used, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Why don't we just
sorry,
tell him
I assume the giant use sending to send a message to Warwick, and he has a chance to respond
that one was
back.
sending.
Yeah.
So he has a chance to respond back. So my question is, does he have a time limit, or do we get to talk about what he should say back?
It says the creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. So I'd give you a minute to discuss and call that immediately.
I say
for this group, that's like a blink of an eye. Enough time to get yourselves in trouble, not enough time to come to a good resolution.
Let's meet them in the morning, because if we go there now, we die.
Yeah.
If that's the case, if we're that close, we're all going. I don't.
No, I don't like the idea of one or two going.
I agree.
Wolves then.
Let's meet in the morning. They know we're here.
And I think we need to have the Griffins fairly close. But so I will reply back. So I'm gonna reply back and tell them we'll meet at first light tomorrow. To make the offer. Let's see. Reply.
If they know we're here already, we might as well bring the Griffins in as well. It doesn't matter. At least that'll give us a better chance to escape if we have to. At least some of us.
Personally, I don't think it matters. Griffins or no Griffins.
I think I got this. Yeah, reply. We will meet you at first light tomorrow to discuss the plan. We should play tomorrow at the. Yeah, to discuss the plan. Awesome. That's the reply back. So hold on. Who rolled a nat 20? Was it one of the rocks?
It was one of the giants on the rocks.
Damn, that's awesome.
On the perception check that I had you roll against stealth.
That's cool. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So, now that they know where we're at, would you allow us, based off of Caldrum's knowledge and 28 perception, to move down another 100, 200 feet to another location, since they know where we're at? I don't want to stay here just in case.
Right.
I would allow you to try to move, yes.
Hold on. What do you mean by try to move?
I mean, you can certainly step out and move to another location. Caldrum seems to recall a few more to the south that could potentially be valid locations.
I hate when you do this to me.
Exactly why I do it.
I think it's worth the risk, to be honest. They know where we're at. They would have attacked us any way you look at it. I feel like maybe let's go another 100, 200 feet or the closest abandoned area that'll give us the same amount of coverage.
Yeah.
We at least need to see if the rocks are flying around. Then again,
Yeah.
Before we do that, maybe we send out someone that certainly can look in the skies a little bit better than I can to see if the rocks are flying around, and then we try to move.
I'll go take a look.
Yeah, I'll come with. I'll give you the advantage on it if you want to go.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the perception on that.
Damn, nat 20 on the perception. That's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, that was painful.
That was awesome. 21, nice. Okay, cool.
Caldrum, you see a pretty good visibility.
Thought you got
give me a
advantage.
second roll, actually, because you got advantage.
Because of Warwick.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah, you've got pretty good visibility in the sky. Taking a look around, you actually do see two rocks circling, but they appear to be over the cleft to the far north. And they are nowhere near your vicinity. And they are...
Anything else?
No, the area is... From scouting the area out, it appears to be at the moment wide open and clear. And you've got pretty good visibility into the vicinity. You don't seem to notice anything.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we had. There's nothing above us. I think if we want to move, let's move now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move to move south. Closest place that'll give us the same amount of coverage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we run into a fucking cave.
Feeling you are in a comfortable enough position, you make your way south as a party, quickly and semi-stealthily, along the cave wall. It's midday, but the shadows seem to be starting to form on that eastern wall that allows you a little bit of... appears to be some stealthiness and some cover, at least some comfort in your travels. And moving south, it's not quite as nice of a spot as what you had, but Chamb3r was able to find another nook underneath that ravine that seems to be fairly well protected. A little bit of a smaller cave. This one isn't nearly that 60-foot width. This one's only about 30 feet. Ducks back in a little bit more, maybe about 70 feet under. Once again, rounds out. Seems to be perhaps at one time a bit of a cave den. Some type of cave or a den for a bear of some type or some other creature similar, but now is entirely unoccupied, but is a dead wall behind it. So you're protected from behind.
Good. All right. Cool.
So I say we stick here, get in our long rest as quickly as we can, just in case.
Okay.
I'm gonna use I'm gonna use a 3rd level spell to. Or go ahead, Garrett. Before I do that.
No, I was gonna say. So the day starts to tick on from that midday sun. Anything you want to do while you have light? What are your plans before the long rest officially kicks into play? Because here's the thing: it's midday. First light's around 6 a.m. So you have about 18 hours to kill. You need 10 for a long rest. So you've got an extended period of time.
Part of me, honestly,
if everything goes, if you actually get the long rest, I should say. But so are you? During that 18 hours, are you long resting first and preparing other things in the morning? Are you preparing stuff during the day now and then long resting overnight? How are you breaking up this 18-hour set of events?
We're going to take an 18-hour nap and get inspiration. I feel like we should be well rested for this. Now, my vote is we start the long rest now because I don't know what's coming for us in the middle of the night.
Yep.
So if we at least keep a long rest, take the long rest now, we can at least have some sort of visibility around us pretty well.
Yeah. We can always go back to bed if we need to.
Right.
We want to. Yeah, I agree. Be a bad idea. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna summon Frank before we take a long rest.
Frank gets summoned, growls really, really loud.
Stretches and pretty much.
Tracks in.
So you're taking the long rest immediately. It's just after midday. It's still light outside. This cave entrance is semi-hidden. Once you're inside of it, you guys are pretty well taken care of. The front of it does have a large amount of overgrowth coming over to this entrance that seems to blend it in well with the wall. However, it's not entirely unexposed, but you feel very comfortable that you're hidden behind this based on Chamb3r's perception. Over the course of this, how are you handling the long rest? Are you posting guards? Are you staying? So I'm going to get your shifts here momentarily. In fact, let's do the shifts first, and then we'll decide how each shift wants to handle this. So if you're resting immediately right after midday, what's the order of the long rest?
Frank.
I'll go first.
And Frank's obviously all day.
I could go first as well.
I can go first and second.
Chamb3r, do you have something like plant growth or anything like that?
Are there any rocks around that we can potentially make any stones?
Yeah, there's a couple flying to the north.
Oh.
Hey now.
I can maybe close up the entrance a little bit, but that might be. I mean, over.
Yeah.
It's about 15 foot tall, maybe 10 foot wide.
I mean, so out of character, Citadel does have web. I could throw up some sticky stuff at the front, but
I don't think that lasts too long.
oh yeah, you're right. What am I thinking? Yeah, up to 1 hour. That ain't gonna do anything. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you don't think then we're good. So we have people taking first. I'll hop on second.
So, second with Dib.
Well, I'll do first and third.
Siddle's gonna go on third as well.
I'll do first.
And then we just have Harshnag, a Soog, and Reed. Where were you going?
I'll take second or third.
Okay. Yeah, so we have let's see. Me, Amrook, Althea on second. Frank as well.
Yeah, I'll take third then.
Okay.
I couldn't remember who was.
All right.
Who's on
Reed.
first? What's on
Siddle.
second? I don't know. Who's on third?
Asug, Harshal, I'll take third.
No,
I'm on third too.
Cal taking third. So who else is on first? Grizz and Althea
And me. I can go twice because elf.
Oh, yeah, you can as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me the perception checks.
Shit, here we go.
Frank and Grizz are already done.
I'm gonna roll for perception. Siddle rolled in that one. That's awful. Perception.
Emrook rolled in that one as well.
Warwick rolled in that 20.
Oh, I need it twice.
Emrook seems a little distracted.
I made it. Don't worry.
So my first round, I got a 19. Third round is a 27.
Nice. Good shit.
All right. Good. The day continues. It's a little odd that you're taking this long rest during the day, giving you better visibility outside of this growth. The midday sun slowly begins to drop in the sky, getting later and later. Over the course of the day, the first shift anyways, as you're keeping watch, you can see a good portion of the sky to the western wall, and most of the valley that you've gone through. And this valley that you came up does have, this ravine has walls on both sides, spread out maybe 150 feet between the two, with the river kind of navigating its way up through the middle. So this is a bit of a narrower ravine, not immense. You're familiar with it, and it kind of maintains this for about a half mile up and down. And so as you train your eyes and have this visibility from one side of the ravine to the other, with a few nooks and crannies that are difficult, but for the most part, full visibility. During the first shift, you see a few things. You see a party on the opposite side of the river. Who's on it? Cal, from you see it, as well as Grizz. Would you roll? You don't immediately, but as he points you out, and Althea, you do as well. You guys have pretty good visibility on this. You see a party that is attempting to stay somewhat stealthy, but seems to be avoiding your side of the river, heading from the north to the south. The first thing you recognize is, at its front, appears to be this humanoid-like creature that you saw previously, dressed in some form of bear skin, headed to the south. As you get a closer look, you see barbaric-like features, a female that is a bit untended and rugged, and yet quite muscular at the same time, leading this party of 6 or 7 also barbaric-like creatures heading to the south. Not terribly unlike those that you saw at the Ideal Fodder, however, dressed very differently, different form of paint on their face. And they seem to be heading to the south. You follow them as they go out of your sight on the far side of the river, to the south, back from whence you came, and disappear. And that's the last you see of them. You also see at one point...
That's Warwick's kind of woman right there. Throws him around a little bit. Yeah.
3 stone giants moving from the south on the east side of the river, just along the river, seem to be keeping fairly close to it. Traveling the south, you see 2 of them holding small bags, just knapsacks, on their side of canvas. Third one carrying only his large stone great club heading to the north. And they seem to be moving forward at a casual, strolling pace towards the cleft to the north. Don't pay any attention to your side whatsoever.
They came from the south.
They came from the south, the direction that you initially came from.
Okay.
And they make their way.
Barbarians were north to south, and the giants were south to north.
Correct.
Okay.
Sneeches.
And they were separated by about an hour.
Yeah, I was just direction.
Yeah.
Sneeches.
Ooh.
There's
Sneeches.
They're just nose to nose right now.
Star-bellied Sneeches.
Snart-belly Sneeches.
And that is all you see in the first shift.
Nice.
Second shift is the sun getting a little bit lower, beginning to approach setting. You see some deer making their way down, drinking from the water. Some elk make their way through. A lot of other wildlife scurrying about. The sky does seem clear for the majority of your shift. However, at one point, you do see 2 rocks in parallel heading south along the river. You see 2 stone giants riding them, one on each one. They don't seem to have any hesitancy at your particular location or the previous one that you were at. As they move south to the river, about 15 minutes later, you see them come up along the same line. You see them fly to the north and seem to enter the ravine, what they know as the cleft. You also see 1 stone giant begin making its way from the south. And as you follow it and approaches, he's on the western side of the river. He seems to be shepherding mountain goats, which quite small in reference to his large body. And as you see him shepherding, you count about 12 mountain goats heading to the north. As a few stray off, he comes over and brings them in with his great club, kind of keeping the river as one side and his great club as the other. And he moves them north. You watch him bring them from the south to across your position. North. Further north, they graze along the way. He hesitates just a little bit to the north to let them graze a little bit before continue moving them forward. As they head up towards this cleft, eventually disappearing into the ravine as well. They seem to enter the entrance just to the left of it. You can barely make out. They don't actually go into the ravine. They seem to break left beforehand. And that's it. Second shift ends. Third shift. Sorry, anything you guys want to do on first or second shift? I should say anything while you're partaking in this. Grizz, Cal, Althea, Amrook.
You see, just as we get rid of first shift, as you've seen me do many times, I'll get down and pray, touch my holy symbol, and it's kind of like I'm trying to send off some divine energy to Gabriel. And then I'll cuddle up with Frankie Poo and go to sleep. Just kidding. Frank just sits there and watches everything. Like a weirdo.
You cuddle with him for sure. If somebody else does anything on first shift, on second shift, I'm gonna walk up to Amrook. Hey, I appreciate everything you're doing strategy wise to help me out. It's not something that I'm the best at, so thank you.
With my perception check of a nat 1 as you walk up, I jump up as if you had just popped up out of nowhere, scared shitless.
But would you, since I rolled a nat 20, would
in that case, I take a swing.
Nat 20,
I stop it right at his throat.
I matrix that shit. And then, hey man, what's up?
Well, you just scared the shit out of me. Where the fuck did you come from? I was sitting here minding my own fucking business, and then you pop out like you just crawled out from under me.
I was under you.
Holy shit! Yeah, what were you saying? Something about your leadership? Yeah, I've been following your lead.
No. I want to thank you for helping me with the strategy. It's not something that I'm good at, and this whole leadership is something that's new to me. If you knew, whenever I first joined you guys, I was a pretty selfish guy, trying to turn a new leaf, if you will. But I did want to ask, why don't you want to be more strategic with everybody? What's holding you back?
Glad to see you're on this side of the crew now. Yeah, I did notice you were a little selfish at first. I wasn't going to judge you because you had your own reasons. Everybody has their own reasons. I tell you what, next time we get to town, if you can get me a flask with this good berry juice that never ends, I'll tell you at least most of the story.
Oh my god, there's an alchemy jug that's some like never ending like shit.
Yeah.
Can we get Amrook that? Like totally out of
You can
character.
certainly try.
Totally out of character.
Out of character, you can certainly try.
I assume Griswold doesn't hear me because I mean we're just talking.
No. I totally out of character.
Yeah,
that's what he said. Out of character.
I can. I'll try to try to find a recipe for you, and I'll try to maybe stock up on some ingredients.
I am just saying I need a couple of these wine bags that don't end before I'm able to talk about it.
I got you. I'll keep it going a long time. Appreciate it. And that's it for me.
Always. Waterwick, do you have any of that spell stuff that you can send a message, or are you tapped out today?
Pretty sure I'm tapped out. Give me 1 second here. I can send one message. Now remember, I can say 25 words, and the recipient can only say 25 words back. So if you start something off by, "Hey baby cakes, I love you," that takes up like 6 words. So you're down to 19.
I didn't realize that. I wish you had explained it before. I just assumed that it was free for all.
Yeah,
all right. So do you think you need that spell slot? I don't want to use it if you think you need it.
I'll regain it back once I take another little nap. It'll be all right.
All right. Do you think you could send a message for me?
Yeah.
This is about what we talked about earlier, so hopefully it stays private between us. And he's just looking around to make sure nobody's watching, nobody's like listening or anything. And I'll even drop my voice at this point to whisper.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a stealth check on the whisper, with advantage. Althea and Frank, give me a perception check.
I'll
with disadvantage. Wait,
advantage or dis?
Go ahead and hold with what you say. Warwick, what were you saying?
I'm gonna pull out my journal and my pen and say, if you don't want anybody hearing us, maybe write it down. Just an option.
I don't know how to write.
I'm just gonna slowly tuck it away.
Good.
Like shit.
Grizz and Althea, you do not hear him.
All right. I need you to send a message to Caldrum's father.
Okay.
I need you to ask him, and listen, I get your 25-word thing, but I'm just going to tell you what I want to say, and then you can translate it for me. I'm not good with the words. So, ask him if he's found out more about the photo that we discussed, and if he knows what the Marchion has planned with it.
No shit.
Wow.
Well, no, what was the... Just refresh my memory. What was the photo?
You don't know. You don't know.
Hey, Amrook, before I send this off, what
I thought we discussed that there's a little trust here, right? Do you want to build the trust? Trust me. Just send the message and we can talk about it.
Okay, as long as you'll tell me later, because you're leaving me out of a lot of information here. But I'll trust you. All right, so let's see. It's the photo, Amrook and him discussed, and what the Marchion is planning with. Okay. All right. We can keep going through the shifts. I'm gonna figure out a way to word this real quick. Just don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna put myself on mute so you guys don't hear me typing, but I'll get it done.
Okay. Anything else in that shift?
Nope. I think that was a big enough bomb from me.
Okay. To the third shift. You, as night sets in, you see a small crowd of humanoids moving on the opposite side of the river to the north. Appears to be 5 or 6 of them, very similar to those that went south earlier. Likely the returning barbarian party. Appears they have a carcass, like a deer or some other form of animal carcass in tow. Moving to the north. But otherwise, it is a quiet night. You were able to successfully get in your long rest. Anything the third shift wants to do? We've got Chamb3r, Reed, Asug, and Harsh.
I don't think I have anything in particular.
Don't worry, Nasana will reach out.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna send this off to Daddy Caldrum. Yeah, to Daddy Caldrum. That's right.
That's not for me to decide.
And I'll wait for a response back.
All right.
So excited for this.
He responds back.
Am-
What is a photo?
And Rook, can I have you jump in the makeout room 1 for a moment?
Nice.
Well, all right. So wait, it would come through, or okay, he might send it to me. Gotcha. Cool. Sweet. I'll see you there.
All right. Right back.
Welcome back.
All right. Not as cool as you'd hope, but I want to make sure that we're on the same page. What photo specifically did you have him researching again? I want to make sure
the image in one of the books had a weapon that I recognized that had been delivered to the Marchion, and I asked him to find out more about it and what the plans were.
Okay, perfect. I had 2 different thoughts in my head that were ongoing. I couldn't remember which one we discussed for sure. I had to be positive before I responded.
All right.
So I will give a response through Warwick, a tenuous one, but I wanted to make sure I was responding to the correct question that was left. Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna play it off like you gave me some drastic information.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. See you back over there.
All right. See you there.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
And a sandwich.
Hey, you two.
Hey.
Are you cool cats and kittens? I'm assuming I didn't get anything back, Daddy Caldrum.
Yeah, you're gonna have a response in a moment. But in the meantime, as I draft it here and type it out, is there anything? What else are you guys doing? You've woken up. It is very early in the night. Say just before like an hour before midnight, and you've got about 7 hours before first light.
So assuming we're all awake, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe getting to the cleft well before we're scheduled to meet, just so we can scout it out, make sure they don't post anybody where we can't see them, or try to do something sneaky.
Yeah.
I like your strategy, leader. I will follow you.
What should we do about the griffins? Should we leave them behind, or should we have them somewhere close? If they have rocks, they're gonna catch up to us, but they don't have that many rocks. I feel like we may have a chance, but I also don't want to hurt the griffins in the wake of it all.
Close, but not too close.
Got it. All right, couple 100 feet away. So
yeah,
as we're talking to this thing though, what we need is the conch. and we're hopefully going to convince them to not destroy any of the towns anymore, right?
Right.
My concern is they're still going to attack the towns, and if that's the case, are we going to attack them? Are we all ready to battle? I mean,
Let me just check to make sure I have the proper spells. Did we get the long rest?
We did.
You did.
I didn't mark it on my
Yeah, I got to mark my long list. Here, and
it worked for some of my stuff. It worked for my spells.
Yeah, it didn't work for certain things on mine either.
Yeah.
Not quite perfect yet.
It works for myself. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my portent roll real fast.
So you would all get 11 points of temporary hit points in the morning, except for myself, Asug, and Harsh.
Hey, read that real quick. You might be able to do that more than once.
I can only do it once because of the. It comes from an item that says you can cast it once a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So would I know that you don't cast Inspiring Leader on yourself?
I'll leave that up to G, but I assume if you have knowledge of the spell, you would know how many, but I don't know that you would know if I would receive the benefits.
I would say you tried it right off the bat and then found that it wouldn't let you onto yourself, right?
No, I can. It's 6 of my choosing. It's just there's more of us than.
Yeah, you would have found that that's all it allows. You've got this innate knowledge as you learned it.
Hey,
it just seemed to come naturally.
Chamb3r, if you don't mind, and you're a frontlighter, if you want to take those that extra inspiration, I'm good sitting in the back. I have plenty of ways to deflect spell or deflect anything coming my way. I just don't want you going down.
I appreciate that. I kind of already did it today, but I'll keep it in mind for next time.
I got you. Let's see here. All right, so game plan is, the Thane wants to know what our plan is, what it means that we're following Anam's plan. So I think going in there, they're obviously trying to climb up, in strength or whatever it's called, the ordning, trying to climb up in ordning. So if we say anything about, hey, we're trying to get everything straight and get the Storm Giants back on the King Shelf, they're probably not going to go with it. So I think as long as we stick to, we're trying to take down a dragon, we need the conch in order to do so, he's going to know what the conch does. He's going to know that it goes to the Storm Giants. So he might have an idea of what we're trying to do, but as long as we stick to, we're trying to get rid of Imrith, I think we're okay. But we need to keep in mind what Anam said. The only giants that can really be trusted are the sister and the brother. Mm-hmm. Other than that, most of them cannot be trusted.
I mean, they have, instead of trying to search us out over the last 8 hours or so, they did stick to their word. So we, at least for now, so we have to give them that. But yeah. I agree. I also can potentially locate objects if we want to try to find the conch ourselves.
I'm hoping he brings it. I think we're gonna know pretty quick on whether or not we're gonna be fighting. But I like the idea. If things go south, we may just need to do that anyways.
Are we going to fight though? Knowing that there's rocks, knowing that there's barbarians, and knowing that there's stone giants. I mean, we're vastly outnumbered if things go south. We're going to be surrounded more than likely. So, are we going to fight or are we going to get the hell out of here?
I think it depends on how many people show up, but I think the thing is regardless of what happens, if the rocks show up, they're going to catch up to us and stop us. So I think if things go south, we're going to have to fight.
We have all this extra time before we meet them.
Yeah.
Do we maybe? Huh.
It's like midnight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys all finish your long rest just around before midnight.
Do we maybe want to? I don't know. Stealth in and just clear out what we can.
So that's going to end any diplomatic conversation. I'm not opposed to it.
I'm not for the idea or against it. Just throwing it out there.
I think the biggest thing we're going to come into is that these guys, no matter what, are going to kill the little folk. There were very, very little giants that actually cared about the little people. I don't think these guys are going to stop.
I don't either.
If we're going to attack, we got to attack now. But I have a feeling they might anticipate it, so they might be guarding up a little bit.
Does Siddle have dark vision? And is that ritual? 'Cause if we're going in at midnight, we got a lot of people that would need that.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Between the goggles and the natural, everyone now has dark vision.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot about the goggles.
Yeah.
The gods, yeah.
I think we should try to keep this diplomatic. I'm all for a fight, you know that, but while right now they may not want to stop defeating the towns, the bigger picture is we get the what is our best chance of getting the conch and doing what we need to. If we can get Hecaton's blood back on the throne, that could potentially keep them at bay. And if it doesn't, then we come back here and we kill them all. Whether it's we pick them off group by group or whatnot. But I think if we try to attack them now, I think that gives us a smaller chance of succeeding at this point.
Let's do this. Let's start heading towards the cleft. And if we just happen to see, I don't know, a group of 4 wandering around, maybe we take our chances.
Why don't we just send a scouting party? Why don't we send Polly out? And I'll look back at Reed. Why don't we send Polly out instead of... If we alarm them right now, that's going to throw off all diplomatic chances.
You don't think snooping around will have the same effect?
If we can make Polly invisible, I think it'd be fine.
Okay. As soon whenever you say Polly's name, T. Warwick he winces just a little bit because he still feels bad that he got Polly killed the first time. I'm assuming Polly should be able to see in the dark, right? Bird, they have night vision or whatever it is.
Oh, never mind.
Not have
Can
night vision.
we put the goggles on Polly?
That's awesome.
I don't know if you've seen a bird.
We'll figure it out. We've done dumber shit.
Yeah.
The eye situation is a little different.
That's awesome.
I mean, Frank has dark vision, but
I say we all go. Not try to be stealthy. That way, if for some reason a group finds us or the Thane has people watching or whatever and he contacts us, we're not trying to be stealthy. We're going up. We're trying to make sure we get to the right place.
At midnight. We're trying to get to the right place at midnight.
We have our reservations, and I think we'll totally understand that. I think we're going to be as strategic as he's going to be.
I think this is pushing our chances. I mean, I will follow, but this, to me, it does not sound like this is a good idea. If that's what the party wants, I will go, but this does not sound like a good idea by any means.
What are your reservations, Grizz?
There's no way they're going to think that we are just wandering up without issue.
We said we'd meet them there at dawn. We said nothing about not getting there early.
like I said, I'll follow. I think this idea is dumb, but if that's what we want to do, I'm here to protect.
Man, do I got some shit for Amrook. Yes.
I assume you already spilled the beans while we were on shift.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, I'm assuming you already know this.
If you want to pass along as a whisper, I will do so. So from the rest of the group, it is up to you since you were on shift.
I think you can spill beans and just know that nobody else heard except for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So this is word for word direct from Daddy Caldrum. Please pass this along. Findings are concerning. References indicate ancient devilish origins, providing a boost and bane of immense power. Ruin follow appearances in history, supposedly banished. Plans still unknown.
Can you send that to me in chat?
I will.
Damn. That sounds demonic.
Yeah.
I love it. The Marchion's about to be. The Marchion's trying to be a lich, and he's gonna just he's trying to rise to godhood. That's what he's trying to do. Motherfucker.
Let's see. All right, I sent it over to you. I just whispered it over to you. But yeah.
Appreciate it.
Within that, I'm just going to hint again. This seems pretty intense. I hope we can speak sometime about this. But I'm not going to push. Not going to be like that Griswold guy and fuck with you about strategy.
Why not?
Just messing with you. Yeah, so so what will it take us to get there? To get to the cleft? An hour? If we're just walking regular pace, nothing crazy. I mean, we're
no, it won't even take you that long. Walking regular pace, no rush. Well, I didn't even count that last time. Not much incident. You could get there in. Yeah, you're about a 10 to 15 minute casual walk away.
Okay. We could chill here for a little bit, but I think we need to get there a little early. Doesn't have to be, 5 hours or 7 hours or however long we have to wait. Doesn't have to be 7 hours ahead, but I think as long as we get there maybe an hour or two ahead of time, that way we can see what's going on. Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. We'll kind of meet in the middle there. So, assuming the lantern's lit, have we seen anything lantern-wise?
You have not yet seen anything lantern-wise.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so what do we do once we get the conch? I think the best thing is to probably reach out to the sister and or the brother and kind of explain the situation. But Amrook and Grizz, I know you guys have some stuff that's pressing. I think we need to take a look into that too. I don't just want to completely disregard what you guys have going on. So, Grizz, you said there's a fissure relatively close?
I don't have anything that's pressing. Whatever you guys need.
Oh, hold on. Does it? Not everybody knows about the other thingy. I thought. Okay, just forget I said that then. Sorry, I thought at least some people knew about the Marchion thing. My bad.
We know Warwick can't keep a secret.
No. I thought you guys at least knew about the original Marchion thing because Evan was joking about the maraschino cherry. So if that was just a joke, just forget I said that. Grizz, you have a fissure relatively close to here, right? Sorry about that.
1 second, I'll tell you. I'm trying to zoom in. Yes, it was right below. Damn, hold on.
Insight on Warwick.
What? No, legit. I thought everybody out of character. I thought everybody knew about
everybody knows that Amrook's wanted and has some connection to the Marchion, but he only talked to you about, to send message to Gundren about the Dix, about the Marchion.
Then I would not have said that. Legit.
Okay.
So, just Grizz. Just Grizz.
All right. I'm gonna give him a pass here because it was a bit confusing.
Yeah. So
there is a fissure apparently. If you were to go directly south of Loudwater, but we would have to. That is through one of the forests, so we'd have to go around it. Tucked in a little nook, but yes, it's directly south of Loudwater.
We're already here.
South of Loudwater, in the forest or below the forest?
Just right below the forest. I will show you.
I forget where we're even at.
Based on seeing some maps, would I know that's in the Highmoor that he's talking about?
I'm trying to get to the
You would
maps.
know it was more further south. I believe Southwood.
Yes.
Southwood's the forest, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's.
There we go. Everyone's there. It's around, like right where the O is in south.
Okay, like so it's in the forest. Got it. Cool.
Well, it's right in that little nook. That's where a roundabout where it is. A roundabout.
Nice. I say while we're here, after we get this done, we can try to come up with a plan with the sister and the brother. We can check out the fissure, and if anybody else has anything they want to do, maybe we'll go to Candlekeep. I think heading into the storm giant lair right as we are makes me a little nervous. I don't want to maybe get a little bit more decent armor or something like that, just so we're better prepared.
Well, I'm hoping we don't have to fight them, but
I'm just going in knowing Imrith is doing what Imrith is doing. I'd rather be fully prepared for that.
I definitely think we have to have a line of communication.
For sure. Yeah.
I doubt that they even know Imrith has anything to do with this.
Exactly.
Right.
So they may not believe us when we say it.
Right.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think we should notify the stone giants. I think if we can keep things diplomatic, they might be able to help us, or at least cause any distraction for Imrith.
So basically, you're saying if to keep things diplomatic, mention that Imrith, a dragon, I'm assuming they would know who Imrith is, has infiltrated the giants and is trying to manipulate things.
Basically tell them, agree to our shit because we're trying to save your lives, because you think that dragon's going to stop at just taking over the storm giants? No, you're all dead.
Yep. I like it. With that, unless anybody else has anything, I think we'll want to get there about 2 hour to 2 hours ahead of the scheduled meeting.
Okay.
And
I'll tell you what, allow me to propose a quick bio break right now. You guys can collect thoughts and prepare and make sure that's what you want to do. We'll meet back here in 10 minutes and carry on from there. And if there's anything else you want to do in the 5 ensuing hours,
And go.
All right, we are back. So, before we get going and you make the trip a couple hours early up to the entrance to the cleft, anything you want to do during that 5-hour period?
I'm trying to think. So I already rolled my Portland rolls.
You
No.
did roll your Portland rolls. Okay.
Yeah, there were 3 and a 4.
All right.
Fucking solid. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. No,
And let me get you a weather report.
I'm just gonna. I'll remind everybody. Ooh, light breeze. Okay, that could work. Whatever. I still think, even though we're going in under the white flag mentality, got to be ready to fight at a moment's notice. Are we?
Oh,
yeah. Are we like
100%.
all in agreement that if shit goes south, we're fighting, or are we running? I think we're in this to fight. I don't think we're gonna outrun them at all with the rocks. I think we have to fight.
What if we take out the rocks and run?
If we can do that, absolutely. I think if we have to fight, if we can take them out in groups, that's the best bet.
Yeah.
So I think attacking the same person or the same object, beast, whatever, that way we can take it down and move on to the next, and then I can try to manipulate the field and give us some coverage. Probably the best bet. All right, we're in agreement. Yeah, so I don't have anything else to do.
Halberd's lit. I'm ready to sit tight, ready to smite.
Griswold wouldn't have said anything to me. Whenever I mentioned to Caldrum that I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders, that I felt better after he cast whatever. What was it? Greater Restoration?
Greater Restoration.
I don't know what he cast, so I was letting it play.
It was pretty vague the way you said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then
Yeah.
I'll be very specific here soon, just to see if Griswold would say anything. I'm not going to try and push it too much.
He made it longer in the session than I thought he would. I'll say that.
Yeah, same.
Listen, I'm turning a new leaf. I'm trying not to meta, and I'm trying not to be. My character is not trying to be selfish. But if there's a house that he can get, he's probably gonna fucking take it. Like if he could take this throne room, Warwick's carving his name in that shit and taking it.
All right.
All right, we're walking, I guess.
All right,
Yeah.
see, that's all you guys are doing. You're heading up now. All right, so the 5 hours pass with you guys just BSing, doing very little, hanging out, not doing much. As you prepare to leave, it's still fairly dark at this point. You're heading up early.
On our way up,
Okay.
on our way
Yeah.
up, I'm just gonna lean into Asug and just say, "Hey, just stick with the crossbow for a little while. Don't try to run up and get killed. I mean, don't try to run up and kill things."
My fear is you do not think I will be brave.
You've already proven your bravery already, Asug.
I feel I have much to prove.
No,
Each of you are very brave.
You gotta take your time though. It's a slow build up.
Crossbow it is.
Are we all doing perception, or did you just want one of us, G?
I rolled 24. If it's
It was the two of you. Just two of you for as you guys are exiting and kind of traveling to the north. Otherwise, I'm using your passives here.
All right, I got a 24.
All right, I'll be up front, so I guess I'll
Go ahead.
do a perception. Even though it's a -1, natural
Nice.
20.
Good shit.
Okay.
I'd say we're not traveling too fast. We're being perceptive, but we're also not trying to be sneaky to make us look like we're trying to plan something. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm with you.
Like I don't want them to be like, oh, they're gonna surprise attack us or something like that. You know what I mean?
Fly casual.
Yeah.
So you guys are just whistling as you travel towards this thing in the middle of the night.
Well, if we're whistling, but
we're just with hands in your pocket, just kind of meandering along, nothing going on, nothing to see here.
We are making our way.
Grizz, Caldrum, and myself, we're not stealthy by any means, but we're just strolling.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, my halberd's lit, so we do have light, and I'll shine it up to. I'll increase the light up to, because we're not being stealthy as anything. I'll increase it to the max range, just so we can a little bit better visibility.
Lantern's still lit as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's 30-foot sunlight, and then 30-foot beyond that is dim light.
All right. So definitely no stealthing happening.
Nothing stealthy happening. Nothing.
Okay. You guys begin slowly meandering up to the north, making your way. You've already been through this area once, so you continue to make your way towards this cleft with relative ease. You see the areas of battle that you've previously known, the comings and goings, but this time of night, other than spooking some wildlife creatures, all seems relatively quiet.
We, as we're walking, I also want to look out for a spot that our griffins can just like post up, just in case.
Okay.
So, yeah, doesn't have to be right on top of us or anything, but something behind us, easily accessible if the time would come. But
okay, so you're keeping them close but not involved.
Right.
All right. And then they're able to. I mean, there's plenty of areas in the vicinity that they can take nesting that, so there's no problem there.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. And you guys approach to within. How close are you getting? I mean, you're walking up towards this thing nonchalantly, but with a bright yellow light. How close do you want to get? Where do you want to go? You've already got within a few hundred feet last time where the rock's nest was.
I'd say, let's see, we're going to be there an hour or two at a time, probably within a couple 100 feet. You know, probably, so we know they can throw boulders, 200-300 feet, so probably right outside of that range. You know,
okay.
Just being able to see, and I'm assuming, go ahead.
No, go ahead, I'm listening.
Do we want to be that far away?
I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah.
I was thinking we were cruising right up to the place, and that's where we were going to hang out like 50 feet away.
I think we just go and we roast a chipmunk or something real close. Should be fine.
If you find one,
breakfast. It's an offering. It's an offering of breakfast. What do you think?
A chipmunk? That's like a.
I don't know.
Maybe we should offer him a tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's quite a few around here. They are delicious.
We can all sign it. Yeah, let's. We can. What I was planning to do is we get like 200-300 feet away, and then just pause for a second, see if there's anything around out of the ordinary, and if everything's all good, then we.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm cool.
Cautiously. That was my plan.
Cool.
Other than that, that's about it. Dude, I'm ready for a fucking boulder to be just thrown our way.
Okay, so how close are you getting again? Just give me that clarity.
About 200-300 feet, then just pausing for a second, taking a look, see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Do we see any movement, anything like that? And then, pause for a second, and then we'll just keep walking straight up if we don't see anything. So it could be dangerous.
So as you get closer, you don't generally hear anything other than the light melody the wind echoes as it shoots through this ravine, which is louder than you would think and seems to reverberate a melody down through the valley, but an ominous melody nonetheless coming out of this ravine. Not your typical wind over of a cave. This one almost seems in some way predetermined or preset, somewhat manufactured. But within the vicinity, all is quiet outside the den. the mist and the dark night continues to kind of roll over the face of this thing and come out through, so visibility is limited even as you get closer. You occasionally think you see bodies moving near the entrance, but outside of it, it appears empty.
Yeah. I'd say we might not want to have our weapons drawn, but keep them ready, or be ready just in case. I don't want to go in here thinking it's a threat. You know what I mean?
I'm just using mine as a light source, so
Oh yeah, yours is a cane. You're old and bad.
Yeah, they got no concerns about that whatsoever.
Yeah.
No that way they can misinterpret it.
No.
Well, once, is there light coming up that's kind of guiding us at this point? Do we even need a Griswold's?
It's near full moon. It's not quite there yet. And so the light is deep at this particular point. I mean, you've got a fairly good visibility across the valley, but the clouds are kind of coming over, and so it's dark, but not pitch.
Okay.
You can certainly see the mountainside, the ominous shadow of it looming in front of you, but it's not well lit by any means.
What's the lantern's light range?
30, 60?
So same thing as what Gris has, I think. Now that I think about it.
Yep, 30, so 60 feet of dim light out there. The first 30 of which is bright.
I can also, if we want to go even farther than that, cast some dancing lights, just to give us some visibility even farther away, maybe like 100 feet. If need be. Yeah, I think as long as we don't see anything 200-300 feet away, we'll keep walking up. And then once we get there, take a look at what's around. See if there's anything else.
Okay.
Wonder that. So sending. If I don't know who it is, I gotta see how this is read. Okay, so I would not recognize who sent that. Okay, never mind. Who sent that last message to me that wasn't the Thane? The other person?
Yeah, you wouldn't recognize him. You would if you heard the voice, but you don't know it offhand innately now.
It's Osmaroth. Fuck. I'm screwed. I'm gonna die.
Okay. So you guys are not far off from the cavern now. What's your plan here? What are you doing?
So we're going to get probably about 50 feet away, 25 feet away from where we think they're going to be. And then we're going to camp out, chill, wait.
All right.
I want to be eating one of Reed's pears as they walk up, just chilling.
I like it.
Want to be eating a good berry as they walk up?
Fuck you.
I'm just going to be standing in front. Wow. Just intently focused on where they're going to come out of.
I don't have any good berries. I was totally kidding.
No, he has a whole sack.
If you're holding out on me, I will take you down. If I see a good berry in that hand, Giant Slayer's coming out on you.
I'm so excited. When are we going to have our tournament where we just fucking fight each other?
We're overdue.
Yeah, we need to do that. That might be an in-person session where we just like goof around for like an hour. And we actually do some rolls.
Oh, there's no hour when it comes to a battle royale.
That's gonna be all 6 hours.
At least 2 or 3.
Well, I know everybody's gonna try and kill Warwick no matter what, so at least that's what I gathered from the party.
Well, it depends on if it's teams, right? Like if it's 2v2 or 2v whatever,
You guys are fucked.
Or if it's 4-on-4. How many people do we have? Anyway.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you count Harsh, 9 if you count the suit. I feel like Harsh.
I'd leave them out, but the DMs would get their alternate characters. So like DM would get Mordai, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I even forgot how to play Mordai. Shoot.
Yeah, he shoots and hides. Guerrilla warfare tactics.
He does so much more than that.
Yeah, he talks people into giving him a boat.
I've seen the guy melee, like, he's got balls.
Oh, that's right. Last time,
Yeah.
big balls in a wheelbarrow. That's right. I like it.
Oh, I kind of miss playing Mordai. We might have to throw that session in sometime soon. It's been a while.
Nine, the Warforged Barbarian. Fuck yeah. I like doing some damage. Fun. Good shit.
All right. You guys have a shit ton of people.
I mean, we can just all agree this is going to be a peaceful conversation. No? Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing you got to worry about here. Sorry, I did not have you on the screen as I should have, so I'm playing a little catch up here. And that way I can pull you guys over so you guys just camp out. Besides just roasting some s'mores, anything else you intend to do during the 2 hours that you're camped out here?
Yep.
Looking for a chipmunk, as Griswold instructed us to do.
Just one.
How far from the camp are you willing to go for a chipmunk?
They're going to go the whole way in the cave because they
Yes.
smell something? Yes. We're going to be fishing in the stream right next to us. It's fine. Catch a big old carp that's bigger than Reed. Ready for it. Giant stuff. So, G, is this what you expected us to do? Or is
I
this...
had no idea.
Got it. Okay.
Not exactly. Your nat 20 threw me for a little bit for my pre-planned responses, I'll admit that. It changed the course of this thing.
Oh, man, so he was expecting we were going to fight some shit. I like it. Okay. Even better.
I had expectations of a different variety.
Come get the cog from me. Pry for my dead fingers, bitch. Okay. Yes, we will.
Come on.
As Reed slowly climbs up and cuts every Achilles of all the giants. I kind of see you as Vax from oh my god, Vox Machina with the Raven, the Maiden Raven's armor. You know what I'm talking about? Just like fucking flying around super fast, cutting everybody. Yeah, that's what I see Reed as. Makes me excited. Feathers flying everywhere.
Sorry, I got some nasty lag here on Roll20 as I'm trying to set you guys up.
No, you're good. All right, come on, dice. Don't let me down.
All right, there we go. Now I'm going to pull you guys over.
Okay. All right, do this shit. Bingo, bongo. Can we just hide in the rock nest? We could just like sit up there, maybe.
You can certainly try. So I've not moved you within the 25 feet yet that you have, just to give you guys time, a space and place to set up as you prefer to. You're about 200 feet out as I've set you up, so you can choose where you want that 25 feet to be. Let me know if everyone has visibility. I'll shift click you.
Okay.
So they're going to be coming out.
They will be coming out from somewhere on this battle map.
That's awful. But this is the cleft here, like this kind of thing, right?
That is the rock's nest here. The cleft is this ravine to your north. The entirety of this that was searched. You know that this entire session is their home.
Yeah. Based off of that, I would say probably where Amrook's at, but not much farther, just because there's something here, something here, something here. Who knows where else off? So I'd say maybe we keep it back just a little bit until we see them coming.
What is this up here?
Oh, that's that barbarian woman.
Oh, okay.
That's the barbarian.
She's not actually there. She had moved onward. Sorry. That was a remnant of the previous map.
No worries.
There and get excited. Like, oh, Something good's coming out of
Okay.
this.
You guys feel free to set up where you'd like to. I mean, where you're camping out. Harsh will follow you.
Right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna come right about here. Is that a Soog right beside me?
It is.
I like it. I'll move Siddle. Move Siddle back here so he can kind of catch everything. Maybe.
Dude, I knew it was coming. Take that roll 20. I had too much lag for it to work.
Yep.
Yeah, I was kicked out as well.
Alright, so you guys are grilling chipmunks, hanging out, a little bit of fire, taunting. Any conversation going on during this time?
I'm focusing intently forward and just trying to pay attention to everything around me to see where they're coming out of, if there's any movement, anything. That's all I'm doing.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay.
And all seems pretty darn quiet as you're doing so. To the north, you again can occasionally see some shadows cutting through the vicinity up here. You feel like you see movement, but nothing actual. You think you occasionally hear some movement here. You do hear some mountain goats buying in that vicinity. You hear some shuffling coming out of that cave, but all is fairly quiet. The echoing of this melodic ravine overwhelms a lot of the noises.
Seems like there's something about that ravine. Maybe it's a layer action. I don't know. You got me like skeptical about a lot of shit, or at least paranoid about a lot of shit. Okay? So congratulations,
And so,
you've done your job.
as the night passes and the sun begins to rise, the shadows slowly diminish and become more and more realistic. However, a morning mist settles into the valley, swirling up this ravine. You occasionally see the massive stone bodies of carvings that'll appear and then disappear again within that mist along the left and right side of the ravine. And as first light breaks and all is quiet, a body appears. A person at this gate to the left, or to the right. You see this now familiar barbaric-like woman step out, begin slowly making her way towards you. Comes down this large log that crosses over the river. She slowly steps on it, working way across with a practiced balance that someone of her liking wouldn't appear to have. You see strength and poise in her. The dexterity and the lightness of motion is a bit unexpected.
I'll slowly start walking up to meet her. No weapons out or anything like that. I don't want to look threatening.
And you see she carries 3 spears with her, tucked on her back, as well as a large, thin, well-carved battle axe that is rested on her shoulder gently. She's going to come down, cross over that stream, and approach you, Warwick, and the group. You see 3 blue strands of paint across her face. She's got somewhat of a smirk on her face. She seems content, entertained, perhaps, by the showing here. She glances over the fire at the party, sees Griswold nipping at some chipmunk balls, a mild chuckle.
Thanks.
That's fantastic.
If I had this for you. Sorry, hold on. I thought this would give some visibility, but I am not. Disappointing. I don't have it. Anyways,
she pulls out a spell, whips out banishment, banishes me.
Now, sorry, I thought I had some visibility here to see the character, but the you see the leather armor over top of her, along with the heavy bear fur. Her hair buzzed on one side, resting on the other. She approaches. She speaks a language you don't initially recognize. It is a bit harsh, very tongue-heavy, with short, snipped words. She says a few words that way, momentarily looks at you to respond, sees no recognition or response in your eyes, and transfers to a very broken common. I was told to meet with you.
I'm reading tongues really quick here just to see what it does.
Would we recognize the language? We may not speak it, but would any of us recognize it?
Amru, yeah, go ahead and give me a history check with advantage if someone's helping you, as you guys are all listening.
Yeah, I'm up there. I'll definitely help if you want to roll it.
16.
Yeah, you don't know it, but you do recognize it as Bothii.
Bothii.
Does it
spoken
sound like
by
what we saw from the barbarians in the north? Is it same language?
It sounds semi-similar, and you recognize it as such, but a very different dialect. But you do recognize it as a similar Uthgard barbarian lingo.
Okay.
Nice. So she said, I was told to meet you. I'm Warwick. I was going to meet the Thane.
Idia Moonmusk, leader of Bluebeard tribe of Deadstone Cleft.
Yeah, hold on, Evia.
And she's gonna stare at you momentarily.
Moon. What tribe was again? Leader of the blue what tribe?
The Blue Bear tribe.
Blue Bear tribe.
Of Deadstone Cleft.
Okay. Will the Thane be joining us?
I am here to guide you to the honorable tomb of the warriors to meet with the Thane. You have been extended a highly noble invite into the cleft.
I'm assuming the rest of the party can hear this as well.
Yeah, she's not hiding it by any means.
I'll turn back to the group. We going in?
Sounds good to me.
Stare at each of you.
I don't
I'll
know
give her a
much about
nod.
giant culture, but we wouldn't want to turn down his invitation.
Okay. We appreciate this offer and we'll take you up on it. It's not exactly what we discussed, but we appreciate it and we'll follow.
What disgust?
Discuss. I was under the impression that Thane was going to meet us out here, but that's okay. We can follow.
Thane meet you in the tomb.
Not even
Our tombs.
Not even going to argue with it. Nope. My misunderstanding will happily follow.
Follow. And at that point, she's going to turn. comfortably showing you her back. She turns abruptly, doesn't even give you a second glance, and begins moving across the log again.
You don't know how bad I wanted to walk up to her, try to shake her hand, and cast Charm Person. Good. All right. Yeah, I will. I'll follow, and I'll motion group
We'll
to
follow.
proposal.
It's a nasty lag. Okay. And she begins moving at a brisk pace to the north, passing the door that she came in on.
I'll follow last.
And all right. And go ahead and set up in your preferred marching order behind Hydia at this point.
I'll be right behind Warwick.
I will.
Right.
I'll be
You guys are
first.
sending Harshnag in, right?
Oh shit! There we go.
Yeah, I think he has to go with us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Our snag's definitely going.
All right. So he's gonna hang out right behind him.
Yeah, there we go. Bound to happen at some point, folks.
What happened?
Oh, it crashed.
Oh, you got the crash too?
Yeah, that's all right. It's all good. Let me get everybody open here. Warwick. And we're still go. Settle one bullet, shoes up. Alrighty, there's that, and there's that. Okay. Alright, I am back up and running. We're good.
Okay.
As I'm following her, I'm just gonna keep my head on a swivel, pay attention to what's around me, make sure there's nothing dangerous, no traps. Just general perception. I'll roll real quick.
All right, Warwick. So you're heading in first. So I'm gonna have a Sug and Harshnag behind just because I'm moving Hydia, but generally assume that Harsh and Chamb3r are next to each other, and a Sug is right behind Harsh as you guys make your way forward. So, moving through this massive ravine, the
Warwick don't see shit except for this lady's back, by the way.
The mist continues to form, swirling in and out, and does not get any thinner as you continue to make your way into this ravine and head up. However, what does catch you as you enter this entrance of the canyonway with this grassy ravine with shallow but swift-flowing water at the bottom, you see that moss-covered log that you already walked across. You've got this mist and fog rotating through. You see to your east and west, ominously, concerning almost initially, the petrified bodies of these stone giant forms. They are somewhat minimalistic in their shape, but you recognize the tall, lean features that you saw yesterday. The grayish bodies of the stone, the muscular format, the pondering face. These are pretty impressive carvings, considering their ability. It seems the giants seem to have some type of artistic ability that they are pretty skilled at.
Okay. And we would definitely recognize these as carvings, not some magical enchantment or...
You would definitely recognize them as petrified-looking stone giants.
Autobots, roll out. Okay, here we go.
And they're quite tall. I mean, these are standing about 80 feet up, far larger than your typical.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Here we
And
go.
she walks without barely glancing behind you, operating purely off the sound of your feet, knowing that you're following. All snap. Roll 20 shut down. Hold on before I can continue moving her forward.
Pretty sure message has all of it. Never mind.
Would you say that we've been with her a minute? Or not quite?
Yeah, I would say you've easily been with her a minute now.
Nice.
I'm going to use Know Your Enemy, and I'd like to know if her AC and Let's go total class level is greater, less than, or equal to my own.
Total class level. All right. AC 28. No, I'm kidding. That'd be amazing.
Nope.
Holy
We're turning
crap.
around. We're just gonna turn around and head out.
AC 16.
So less than mine.
Nice.
And class level
If any.
doesn't necessarily have a class level, but I will give you
You just have to give me greater than, less than, or equal to.
I was gonna say let's go similar.
Okay. So
Got
it. If I would find time to whisper that throughout the chain of command, since I'm all the way in the back, I would.
Yeah, I
whisper
would say you can easily pass it without incident.
I feel like this would be the telephone game where when it got to me, it'd be like, this chick is way above our weight
For
class.
sure.
Careful.
For sure.
Cool. She's gonna point to each of these figurines, these carvings as you pass through. The artistic rendering of historical things of great significance. The stone giants are artistic masters, as well as recognize their history. And as she moves, whenever you first came in, you noticed the couple doorways too that I should point out. They right on the left and right that seem to break. Didn't really open up. They narrowly continue to make their way into the cavern and until they hit right angles. As you make your way through, the river continues flowing to the southward. The walls maintain over 100 feet tall on both sides, fairly sheer with a number of outcroppings in one form or another. You approach this first ledge right up here. You notice that, relatively speaking, it's only about 40 feet tall before it flattens out, and you can see the very early stages of the top level, I shouldn't say early stages, the impression of a doorway 40 feet up here.
Nice. As her back is to me, I'm just gonna cast. Oh shit! Did it go? Yeah, I'm just gonna cast tongues on myself just so I can understand and hear everything.
And she's saying all this in common.
Yeah. Just
okay. You're leaving it for the hour.
Yeah, John.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yep, keep going. We're good.
Okay. She's gonna continue moving north through this ravine.
Okay. We'll just
wrapping around the corner. Dead Stone Cleft is a sacred location for stone giants.
What?
They are revered in this location.
Oh, of course. There it goes.
And she's gonna, as you do this, you pass another entrance to the left. You see it casually dropping downward. As you do so, a slight grade in the hill, and it seems to move about, just for clarity, you can see about 65 feet or so, and then it seems to break off to the south. We got Siddle, Reed, and Althea hanging out back there, and I'll pull Amrook way in the back.
Crap though. Yeah, it won't let me.
Yeah, with us moving through this map, I think it's probably gonna keep.
Yeah, it won't let me move.
Keep crashing.
Upwards.
Okay, it's crashing on everybody here?
Yeah.
Let me
let me do this. Graphics card.
What's that?
I said no, just get a better graphics card.
I'm gonna.
This kid love you. Dude, I'm ready for this.
I'm going to shorten up the map here. See how this works. Help it shrink the size a bit.
It's probably not even graphics card. It's probably just RAM.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost seems like I'm just blocked off because I can't get anybody above this part here.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm trying to find the hidden passageway.
I feel like we're gonna lose a few people, and they're gonna start going through tunnels and shit.
Here, let me move everybody up, but
Willy Wonka style.
Through the roof, right?
I mean, just different times, like lose people that turn into blueberries or go into the chocolate water fountain.
Yeah.
I want a golden goose.
Give me one now. Oh, or Mike TV, little fucker. I think I hate him the most.
No, I couldn't stand
Violet.
whiny girl. Violet,
Oh.
yeah. No, not Violet.
The golden goose girl. I can Veronica.
Yeah. Veronica.
Veronica Salt.
Yeah, Veronica Salt.
Yep. Veronica Salt, Augustus Gloop, Mike TV. Shit, what was the chick?
Alright.
Who was
Piece
the
of shit grandpa that is totally fine, but is bedridden.
Yeah.
That's the way disease works, isn't it? Like all of a sudden one day you could just get up out of bed.
Absolutely. Healthy as a horse, and then you die.
He's here.
Yep. Now I can actually move through.
Alright, hopefully that's a little bit better. I shrunk the map, got rid of the invisible barrier.
Yeah.
If we continue to have issues, we'll break away, but I wanted you to see the let's I'm gonna pull everybody to the north here. And prevent the walk. She's gonna continue walking. You're gonna see a bridge immediately to the north of this, with two more entrances left and right. I'm just trying to give you some visibility. Let me pull everybody together and move you as a group. So everyone hold tight for a quick second before you move any further. I'll give you the guided tour.
This is much deeper than I remember Grudhog being. So.
Yep.
These guys are deep.
Okay. So to give you guys the guided tour, you see this rock wall, the entrance on the left. She's going to keep moving forward to the north. You see, at this point, another bridge about 30 feet above you. You can see doors on both sides. You see a stone giant walking from one side to the other. You should be able to see inside there whoever just clicked.
That guy.
To give yourself some visibility, but it's 30 feet up, so you wouldn't actually. And so I am. Now that I know that,
around the bridge, collapse it.
There you go.
Thou shalt not pass.
You.
Cool. So beyond the bridge, we'll cut back. She continues walking northward, pulling you deeper and deeper, telling you about the extravagance of Deadstone Cleft and its capabilities. The defensiveness of this position has been held for centuries. The reverence that this is a favored area of Scorius himself, and therefore the mountain itself is sacred. She's going to tell you, you see another entrance coming up to your left that seems to cut southward and down. There's another 40-foot ridge up to your right with another door.
Would she tell us while we're walking how she's actually in league with the stone giants? Because somebody of her stature, our size, and she's friends with the giants, it seems a little off.
We have aligned goals. We have found a tenuous peace between our two nations.
What goal are you guys working towards?
The extermination of the blight upon our land.
What blight are you referring to?
I believe you call it civilization.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Yeah. So then it was you guys who the civilizations around here, the little towns. That was you guys that took them out, right?
We had little to do with those victories. We had other matters to attend to while that occurred.
Got it. Okay. And
However, the land is now better for it, returning to its natural state. Animals are healthier. Life returns.
I'm gonna insight check her and just make sure she's seems like she's telling the truth and being honest.
Okay, give me the insight check.
Insight, we roll. I don't know shit. That'll be an 8 total.
Yeah, she's tough to read. Between the heavy accent and the fact that she's not facing you entirely, you struggle to see it. So you continue to see these various sculptures as well along the way, I should indicate. With the tunnels, you see each slightly different than the last. They all do seem unique in the reverence, each one getting a little bit taller as you get deeper into this ravine. The gorge narrowing at different points and getting closer and closer, the river minimizing a little bit as it does so. Directly in front of you, you see a now 60-foot tall carved stone bridge that seems to cut across. You see movement, the occasional body that peeks over the top from above. Looking down, appears to be 2 more doors up there for travel. And she's going to take you to that particular point and say, to the north exists the great carving to Scoria's stone bones. The monument is truly the greatest example of art in all of the land. However, we shall not be going there. And she's going to take you back to this door here. We enter here to the warrior's tomb. This is where you shall meet the Thane.
Okay. Hey, we appreciate your hospitality. Thanks so much.
We will go back to moving each character at this point. Hopefully, it's a little bit better as we do so. But I want to give you guys the visibility heading in here. So as you enter this particular cavern, and just try to stay behind Hideo would be my only suggestion as we move. As you enter the particular cavern, you notice a slight grade downward, the occasional step down across this little pathway that leads you into the depths of the mountain.
We have a Harshnag and a Suga probably.
Yeah, I'll pull them up physically here momentarily.
Well, I'm glad we didn't try to navigate our way through this shit. This would have been a little rough.
I can't see anything. I'm moving blind, kind of moving blind.
Really? You got light going. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure your character sheet has it.
A little ghost-like. Yeah.
Oh, and Frank is... Why is Frank stuck?
A little ghosty.
All right, I'll delete Frank and put him back. He's fine.
Hold on. There seems to have been a reset on Grizz's visibility.
Possibly me as well. I can't see anything.
You as well? Yeah, I had you guys set up, so that's disappointing.
Dude, I'm just waiting for somebody to make the wrong move and fucking read.
Oh.
Just cap
There we
somebody.
go.
Right.
Grizz, how's your visibility now?
All good.
Okay, 1 second. Let me, because your light is on. So you're emitting bright light for what, 30 and 30?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who has the lantern?
Grizz or Reed, right?
Yeah, I just didn't.
I do somehow.
Grizz
Okay.
doesn't. Does it not?
What's that?
I didn't hear what you said, Ryan.
Wasn't it on Grizz's hip?
I'd do his belt, I thought, or something.
So he has both lights, the lantern and the halberd. Okay. Reed, how is that for visibility now?
Good. Yeah, I
Okay,
couldn't
cool.
see anything before.
Reset that for the group of you. All good. My apologies. And I doing. Let me bring Harsh and Asuga both hanging out at the entrance, scared to come in.
Nope, we're out. Sorry, guys.
You
guys
fools.
It does feel a little ominous.
Yes, it
but
does.
I agree with them at this point.
Yes, it does. Like, no, tell the Thane to come out here. That's what we agreed on. We would have.
You agreed where you were meeting. That is the downside.
We'll meet you.
I thought we did agree that we'd meet them at the cleft at daylight.
Invite
so
you.
The cleft is the entirety of this structure.
I didn't
They call
understand
this.
that. I thought it was where the rock's nest was.
Yeah, that's.
Got it. No, yeah, it was a structure of like Grudhog is the entirety of that structure that existed there. Deadstone Cleft is the entirety of this
Didn't realize that.
tunnel system.
I should have said at the entrance of the cleft. That's okay. It's all good. You know what? We're in it now, folks.
Nothing you should have to worry about. All good.
I feel like if we go through this entire thing, it ends up bad, and we end up killing everything here. That's 2 levels.
Anyway,
so Hydia continues to lead you until the room opens up further. And you finally enter an area of bright light. What you see before you is a semi-shallow pool of rainwater standing in the middle of the floor between 3 stalagmites and the fossilized remains of 4 stone giants on the still alcoves carved into the walls. You see bats nesting in their gaping mouths. These stone giants have their mouths just wide open in some form of either scream or fierce call, unable to tell. And the walls here are about 150 foot tall, with scores of natural moss-covered ledges and overhangs. Light spills in from the opening at the top, and you see firelight existing from a ledge to the northwest.
And in the surrounding areas is stone, right? So that's something that Amrook would be. What do you have?
stone cutting.
That.
It's
That's
plus
all.
6 to my investigation or perception of stonework.
Yeah,
But I don't think that's going to help us here.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, never mind. I'll wait until we bother him.
Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I just wanna. I know these stone giants can kind of blend into the rock. They have some type of, I don't know if it's camouflage or something like that. I was gonna see if I could do a perception check to see if I notice anybody hiding or camouflaging.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Well, we're in their den. I don't think they need to hide.
Yeah. 20 total.
As far as you can tell, the rock wall looks not natural because it is carved. The petrified remains of the alcove of the giants in the alcove over there, but you see nothing that stands out blending wise within this stone. The stone appears to be as is.
Okay. All right.
I Can I do a check as we're walking through of any sort of I don't want to say hidden passages, but anything that looks kind of out of the ordinary that looks like it might be an exit for us, a potential exit for us.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll add my +6 to it. What do you want check-wise?
So you're trying to understand the map and for potential exits here as you are moving through the ravine or from this area here?
Just this area here. I just want to glance around at the stonework and see, is there any potential, built-in passageways that we could escape through if need be.
Got it. So from what you can tell, there seems to be no, other than 3 exits here, here, and here, there doesn't seem to be any smaller passageways, anything unique. This one to the northwest here is a little bit more difficult. There's a ledge to scale of about 10 feet. That would be tough. There's only a small little 5-foot ledge here that you could easily jump over. The one to the south seems to be flat and the most visible. Based on what you saw, you give me a let's just go straight perception check. We'll go boring here. I don't have anything better than that at the moment.
If it's for stonework, add 6 to that.
Yeah, go ahead and add. Okay. And with that, you recognize that from the stonework and the efforts, you can almost see the black wall in this one matching some of the description that you saw in the previous entrance with the 40-foot tall, the last open door right before this one. So you kind of get a feel that there's some connection right there, and that's probably an escape hatch.
Okay. I will relay that to the group. If shit goes south, go south.
I will also, as a group, it is
southeast, southwest.
Well, I would have said
southeast.
Yeah, down here.
There's that blue pool.
If I learned anything from Phasmophobia, it's always have an escape plan, You're muted, Geek.
The escape plan is talking in the mic, so it kills somebody else. Awful. That's your dick move. Or hiding and then pushing all the pins on the voodoo doll, so it kills somebody else.
Yeah, who's ready to kill Warwick tonight?
I think everybody. I'm the not the sacrifice. I'm the offering, right? That's it. Yeah. It's gonna be good.
So I wanted to give you a little bit here. Since you've had some understanding of this space, it is not great, but it is a start. I am going to drop this in the chat. It at least gives you the east side at the moment, based on what you were able to describe to or learn from Holly before.
Nice. All right.
I got to do the west side. I mean, it was not well descriptive, but from what you can tell, you are in that northeasternmost quadrant.
Yeah.
The second circle down is the blue pool of water.
Okay.
So that's what you understand from what a bird described to you.
I like it. Okay.
This is the drawing in the dirt that we made, or that Reed made as Polly was telling him.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay.
And there's some more on the left-hand side that I have not yet finished. There's going to be, you're aware of 3 other chambers over there in the blank space that connect.
So excited for this shit.
But I didn't want to hold you guys up. So,
it's good.
As you guys have entered the room, you stand in the warrior chamber as a testament to their excellence. The Thane shall be greeting you momentarily. You are one of the few outsiders invited to this location, and you should be proud and honored.
We are.
As you do so, you see a stone giant come around the corner to the southernmost way and just kind of halt where he's at. You also see one come around the corner to the northeast. Holding his position. And you see two stone giants come in from the northwest. And as they do, they break off to the left and the right, and they stand up against the wall, not looking at you, staring off into nothingness. And as that happens, a large female stone giant steps up. She seems to tower over the others by about 2 feet. You see this practical yet decorative wear, a mild armor that exists on her. You see what appears to be a small stone crown existing as well, and an adamantine great club that rests on her hip that she's got her hand on. And as she approaches, passing through, not acknowledging these two stone giants that just went side to side, she steps down from this massive ledge, this 10-foot stone ledge. She drops down with ease, walks around the other side of the pool from the group of you, gives a little nod to the giant in the northeast, and looks to each of you.
Where's Harsh?
Harsh and Asug are right behind you guys. Let me pull them over.
Okay.
You see Asug kind of curl back into the nook of this alcove. He just ducks himself back in, his back pressed up against the wall. Harsh is right at the entryway to this chamber. He's gonna come in and push past a few of you. And come stand to the north, up against the wall.
Nice.
The female stone giant across from you is going to look across the group. She looks past each of you. I am the great Thane. To whom was it that I've spoken?
Did not expect it to be a chick. 100% thought it was a dude.
Wow.
No Adam's apple that you can tell.
Thought it was a dude. I'll take a step or two forward, very slow, nothing crazy.
That's what happens when you assume pronouns, right?
That's exactly what happens. You get caught off guard, right? Surprise, surprise, motherfuckers. It was me. I'm Warwick. Very nice to meet you.
You should appreciate our meeting. This is highly respected. Especially, if I recall, on our first conversation, you warned me to help or die. And yet here you stand.
I figured we had to come to some understanding. There's a lot that's going on in the world that keeps us very cautious. And we haven't had the best of run-ins with giants. But I'm glad we can get past that and have a conversation.
And a conversation we shall have. I am told you requested my honk. And she's going to turn and pull out of this little, this large knapsack that the stone giant behind her has. He pulls out this fairly small to them, but significant to you, conch that exists in her hand. You recognize one very similar to this way back when from Grudhog that you saw in pieces.
Yep, that right there is what we've come to have a conversation about. Yeah, we need that.
The conch, as I'm sure you are aware.
Hi, Althea.
Someone say something there? You're speaking?
He said we need that, and I said please.
Oh, please. Okay. I thought you were going to say more beyond that.
Nope, just trying to correct his grammar. The manners, I should say.
The conch was gifted to me by the previous oppressor, known as Hecaton, as a way to access the Storm Court for those of us in royalty situations. Why is it that you feel you need this conch? That you have earned this conch, and that I should give up my single point of access for the Storm Court?
Have you heard of a dragon named Imarith by chance?
I am vaguely aware of this name, but I know nothing beyond it.
Right. So I'll fill you in on what's going on the outside. We made it to the Eye of the Allfather. We spoke to. What I speak.
You go many places you do not belong.
Well, we found
and you
out
take filth along with you. As she glances over at Harshnag.
Well, I'll tell you, that filth over there has saved us and has done some great things for the Giants. So.
And as you guys look, Harsh is just casually leaning up against the wall. He's got one foot kind of pressed up on it, knee sticking out. Just seems to be picking his teeth with his axe.
Showing no respect whatsoever. I fucking love it. Yeah, so the reason we went to the Eye of the Allfather to talk to Amon is because a dragon named Imarith is trying to take over the entire Storm Court and essentially get rid of the Giants so they can take control of the world. We went to the Eye of the Allfather in hopes to get some guidance from Anam on what to do to stop this dragon so she doesn't kill all of you. That's why we're here. He instructed us that getting a conch and being able to talk to specific people within the Storm Court would hopefully get us a little farther in our quest in defeating Imarith.
And so why must you go to the Storm Court to defeat a dragon?
Because the dragon has infiltrated the Storm Court. You know, you said you got that conch from Hecaton, right? So you're pretty friendly with Hecaton?
There was a necessary respect with Hecaton as leader of the Ordning, whether deserved or not, which was most certainly not.
Interesting. Yeah, well, this dragon doesn't give a shit about your Ordning, doesn't care anything about you, Hecaton, or anybody else, and is trying to take over the entire Ordning and do as their will. So they infiltrated the Storm Court, and they're playing little puppets with all the Giants in order to gain power.
So tell me, what is your end goal should I give you this conch as you demanded?
Our end goal is to defeat Imarith, because if we don't, she's going to take over this entire land. She's not only going to kill all the little people, but she doesn't give a shit about you. It's a dragon. She wants to take out every single giant on this planet. So our goal is to use this conch to hopefully get to the Storm Court, find out what we need to, eventually take down Imarith, and you guys can do your thing.
Will you kill the dragon at the Storm Court? Is that your intention then?
I don't know if the dragon's going to be at the Storm Court.
So you look to work with Hecaton and the storms to put an end to this and restore the ordning to where it belongs?
Nope.
As he's talking about Imarith, do I get a feeling that she knows more about Imarith than she's leading on? Like, could she also be working with?
As you're studying the speech, sitting back, listening to her responses, watching her facial expressions, you recognize a few things. Specific to Imrith, she seems to have... She's almost mispronounced the name a few times, just slightly off. She seems to have very little knowledge of this Imrith. Once you correlated it to a dragon, you saw a sneer, micro-sneer form every time she used the name. So there definitely is some hatred there of this dragon creature. But Imrith itself seems to have no direct impact on her. So you feel very comfortable that she does not know it. You relate this to the look of not recognition in her eyes for Hecaton, and a hatred there as well. But that one does show much more recognition when she uses Hecaton's name.
Okay. We wouldn't necessarily be working with the Storm Giants. We were off on our own little quest trying to take down this dragon. It just so happens that there's going to be information in the Storm Court that we need. We need to talk to a few people on that court. Listen, you guys do whatever you want with the ordning. We're not trying to take over the ordning. Certainly the guy behind me is not going to take over the ordning. You guys do your thing. We're more concerned with the little people and the control of this world. We want it to go back to the way it was. So we just need the conch. That way we can do what we need to do. Take down the dragon.
We are aligned in that goal. We too would like to go back to the way it was. However, our was is well before your was. And in our was, there were no little people. The land was free and clear and pristine. And so, for us to take our rightful position within the ordning at the top, and to restore this land to what it once was, we need a few things to happen. And I think by finding alignment between you and us, we can make those things happen. However, there must be sacrifices on both sides.
Yeah.
Allow me to make a proposal for this conch. And she's going to reach back again, take it, and hold it. I shall give this to you for the right reward. I have requirements as well. This Imrith seems like a pain that we cannot let stand.
To put in perspective, just so we're on the same page, have you heard of Klauth?
Have you heard of Klauth?
I am very aware of this Klauth.
I think so. Imarith is...
He has killed many of my people and my ancestors. Klauth will burn and will have a rock crush his skull at some point.
So that fire and that intensity, yeah, you should probably have that towards Imarith as well, because she may not be as big as Klauth, but she is very close.
She's more powerful than Klauth. Out of character. I thought she was more powerful than Klauth.
No. So she is out of character. She is at most times, but he has an ability to raise his level from red dragon eggs, which makes him more powerful when he goes to fight.
Which is
all right. Fair point.
But yeah, no, Imarith is very close to being able to take down Klauth. Very, very powerful. So if you hate Klauth, you should probably hate Imarith as well.
Then I shall hate them both. But your plan of going to the Storm Court and me giving up my leverage for a potential attack sometime in the future hinders me does not help. And so here is my offer.
Okay.
My first offer. I shall give you this conch. I shall support you on your quest and have my men available to go after the dragons with you. I shall let you leave here alive, and we shall take back what once was. And in return, I expect you to speak to your kind and vacate all cities to the east of the Evermoors. And we shall allow you to keep those to the west. And we shall call it a compromise.
So, I will say this though. Did you guys are the ones that took out all of the towns around here, right? All the people, killed all the people in it, and kind of put things back the way they were?
We have started restoring it to its natural order, yes.
Okay, all right. Just curious, keeping that in mind. Yeah. So, give me. This is a team effort. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to chat with the team.
Please take your time, and she's gonna hand the conch back to the stone giant behind her, who's gonna momentarily move out of the way.
Now, out of character, we would give the conch back to them.
You guys can have a discussion in character.
I'm gonna go back. I hadn't planned on giving the conch back. I'll be 100% honest. As we all gather in, I'm gonna say this very quietly. Probably not a bad idea to accept this. Doesn't necessarily mean, I think we can come up with more creative ways afterwards to talk, What do you guys think?
I don't want to speak for everyone, but she did say first offer, which means she had a second planned.
Oh yeah, I want to hear that one too.
I don't think we need to be deceptive. If I understand,
yeah,
but we should at least hear what else she has to say. But I think we need to. I don't think they grasp the concept that if Imrith, what we're doing just by defeating Imrith should be enough, because if we don't, they will not have a chance to reach the Ordning, to reach the top of the Ordning. I don't think they understand that.
I'll look back at the thing and say, we appreciate your offer. We've talked about it. You mentioned that this was offer number 1. Not off the table. Just want to make sure I hear everything and I'm respectful in such a holy place.
Give me a persuasion check.
Hey, G. The giant that took the conch.
Yep.
Can I get identifying marks on him? I'm getting in my head, specifically him.
Who's the?
You recognize.
Yeah.
It's a cock of that.
As Conch3r, he was fairly unique. You recognize that he's much more large, bulbous nose. He had a very defined chin, a little bit bulkier than the others, not quite as lean. So he stood out, and you would be able to pinpoint him again.
15 total.
All right, I shall give you my second offer. I do not provide you the conch, as that is mine. I do, however, send you out of here and direct you to a great weapon of dragon killing that shall allow you to eliminate this pest of Imrith, and you shall not align with other giant forces. You will align with the stone giants and help us attain the top position of the Ordning. You shall be our allies.
How about as a counter?
We about to die.
No, I figure this is slightly up for negotiation or conversation, right? No, thank you for offer number 2. I don't want to interrupt. Are there any other offers, or is it just those 2?
That's all on the table for now.
Okay, perfect. So, so I appreciate your offer. Is there any way that we could combine those offers? So you give us the conch. You tell us where this Dragon Slayer is. Again, you have to understand. You mentioned Clouth has killed a lot of your kind and other giants, stuff like that. Imarith is the same exact way. We need everything we can get to get there and to be able to take her down. So having this weapon would be very valuable to us in taking down Imarith. And it would help you guys do your thing in the Ordning, right? We're here to take down the dragon and go from there.
Is all this being said in common?
Yes.
I have tongues, but I assumed it was in common.
Yeah, I just wanted to check.
Yes, this conversation is Thane. The Thane speaks common and recognized that you did as well from previous conversations.
Got it. Okay.
We've also stopped your fellow brethren, the fire giants, from piecing together the Vonendod and the frost giants in their quest for certain artifacts as well. So we are kind of on your side.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and pull out the fire giant fingernails.
Fucking love it, dude.
Not the stone giant, fire giant.
Just trying to assist Warwick, but the fire giant fingernails might have negated that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And
What did it?
I hope that the Thane notices that Amrook is wearing dragon scales when he fought and potentially killed other dragons.
That's why
It's
I
been
thought
noticed.
that might help. But I'm also carrying the giant slayer.
Well, would they know what that is though?
Oh,
I
for
would
sure.
assume.
Probably.
I mean,
They seem to. You, with your perception check before, a couple of you noticed the eyes have glanced in many ways. You've seen it maintain on Harshnag with a sneer numerous times. You've seen it momentarily pause on Amrook and towards his weapon. You've seen it move to Griswold a number of times as well, with a look of somewhat condescension. They seem to be taking aspect in all this. You recognize a wisdom behind these giants' eyes that you have not seen in others.
I like it.
You make interesting claims. You say you've stopped the fighter giants from rebuilding the Vonendod and the frost giants from pleasing their god to retain the position in the Ordning. Is that true?
At least temporarily.
It's very true.
Word has reached me that perhaps your efforts with my fire brethren were not as decisive as you think they may be.
Oh, fuck.
Nonetheless.
I said that out of character?
Yeah. I like to think Grizz would have said that in character too.
But nonetheless, it's what we're trying to do, right? It's not that we've completely disregarded them; it's that we're already trying to take care of that problem as well.
So you wish to combine the two offers, then?
Yes.
In that case, I accept. I shall put this conch in a position of holding, and it shall be yours. I shall also put the map to this dragon killing machine in a safe place, and you show me you can hold up your end of the bargain. In the short term, by starting to clear out any cities within the Silver Marshes and east of the Star Mountain, and you can complete this exodus after the dragon has been slain. And we shall come to terms.
So I'm understanding you want us to start clearing everything out without getting anything up front.
We shall stop this, I believe you called it terrorizing, in the short term, and hold peace as you clear out the first half of your cities. We shall then give you the map to the killing machine, the conch to my storm giant location, as we cannot take that back, and we shall then support you in the killing of the dragon and Hecaton. I mean, just the dragon, before you clear out the second half of the cities.
East of the Evermoors is Silvery Moon. That's what you said. East of the Evermoors.
East of the Evermoors, ultimately, to start with, east of like Nether Mountains. So splitting up, halfway to Anarok Desert. So basically, they're trying. She's trying to describe, basically from the Evermoors, from like Calling Horns over, to be cleared out, and we'll say from like Jalanthar, over for the first half to show the goodwill.
We need the conch. We'll do that, but we need the conch. And then once we've done what we said we're gonna do, then we'll get the map.
So let me turn this around. You want me to give you the conch with nothing in return?
We've already fought off fire giants. We've already taken.
As have we.
What else have we done? Frost giants, and who were the other ones? The hill giants, right?
I question that, and she looks over at Harshnag, as to whether you have fought or befriended them.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's killed a lot of them too. But we've frost giants, fire giants. We put the hill giants in their place.
He's scratching his back with his axe.
Fucking love Harsh.
No respect whatsoever for the Thane.
We've already done a lot. You're asking us to turn around, leave.
She's not a fart.
and we're in a cave, so it's no.
He picks his nose, wipes it on the statue.
Dude, he's gonna start a fight. We've already done a lot up to this point. And now you're asking us to leave, go take care of half of this world, and then come back. This giant, or this dragon is already after us. We're trying to follow the way of Anam, and you're telling me we can't do that. We have to do what you want before we get anything else. Meet me in the middle. We get the conch. We'll start taking care of the east. And we go from there.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
Wish you had been.
Does he get advantage?
I will give advantage.
Is she doing
advantage on this one?
Is she doing a contested roll?
No, there's a DC on this one.
You fucked, bruh.
You got this.
Okay. All right, so
you had advantage. Did you roll it?
I'm gonna give myself inspiration as well. And am I near Caldrum? Fuck, I'm not near Caldrum. I'm not gonna walk all the way back there. All right, I'm gonna give myself bardic inspiration. All right, persuasion. 27. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll the D8. 29. Oh, plus 1. I get it's a 30 total because I have the amulet or the rock, the lucky rock. So I have 30 total.
Not bad.
All right.
Bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
You make good points. I shall hold this. So tell me, as I give you the conch, she's gonna pull the other stone giant back. I give you the conch today for our future deal. What do you give today to show your loyalty and meet in the middle. She's going to take the conch out of his hand
Give her the
and
tiger.
begin to slowly extend it to you.
Give her the tiger. What the fuck?
Okay, hold on. I don't know what I actually have, so give me 2 seconds here. I'll turn back to the group. Is there anything you guys might recommend? Do we have a gift? Do we have a gift? I don't know what I have though. Where's my pack at? Where's my pack?
Does she want like fire giant fingernails to display like on posts to be like fuck you guys?
That's exactly what she wants. Let's see.
Does she want stone giant fingernails? Do we want to start a fight?
That's fucking awesome.
I kind of want to start a fight.
Yeah. You want to start a fight?
I kind of want to fight.
I mean, look, I'm not
do too.
opposed to it.
I kind of do too.
Just
She's
your
pissing me
face.
off in all my own ways.
So, in terms of offering, I mean, again, changing the deal a little bit here, but it's an open, fluid conversation, right? So, what do you want? I didn't come here expecting to give you a gift. I came here expecting to have a conversation. And
you expected to take and give nothing?
Yeah, I was looking for an alliance, make a truce, go from there. We just needed a comp. But if you want something, what are you looking for?
If you would like to make a truce, an alliance, then allow us to agree to this now and swear to Scorius himself that the stone would like to usurp the next position of those above us in the ordning, and to slay and spread the blood of any of those to allow us to move up a slot.
Just one
You
slot.
give us
They're not
your
even looking
word.
to go to the top?
One stop at a time.
Sorry, that was out of character. I was surprised by what you said.
We'll get there.
I'll ponder for a second, and you'll see a look of a little bit of grief come across my face as I'm trying to think of all the bloodshed. I'm like, that's a lot. You're asking us to do a lot. Me swearing to another god? I don't know. So if we swear to you right now,
slowly that conch gets pulled away, and she puts it down.
Hold on.
Body position is a little more defensive.
Do we recognize the name of the god that she said?
Scorius was the one that Stonebones that Harshnag told you, the son of Anam.
Child of Anam. Got it. Just making sure
that they worship. That was gifted the Underdark and became the god of the Stone Giants.
Got it.
So, if we swear our allegiance to you, not only push out all the little people from the east, but we're also going to help you move up in the ordning. Throw in the map. That's asking a lot. We're going to have to kill a lot of giants to not only kill this dragon, but get you guys up in the ordning. That's a lot. Throw in the map.
I will.
Skunk. Deal. I'll swear right now.
I will swear to that. So the map to this location, as well as the conch, and you shall spill all blood of our nearest foe, as well as that of the dragon, and end this reign of terror. Are we in agreement?
Yep. I'll pull out my rapier. I'll cut my hand. Right now. Let's do it.
I'm gonna reach over. I do not know about this blood, but you have my oath under the temple of the warrior to Scorius. I cannot break my oath. And so, the blood that shall be spilt to seal this deal is that of our foe to the north. That which stands above us in the ordning, the frost giants. We can now prove the deal right here and now. And she glances over towards Harshnag.
Is fire above frost?
Fire is above frost, yes. The one directly above them is frost.
She wants Harsh's head right now for this deal.
Okay. You agreed to kill the frost giants, the one above it, and spill their blood.
He's part of our group. He came here. He hasn't shown you any harm. He hasn't done anything to you. He's part of our group. And he was part of the entire agreement of clearing out everybody in the east. We're not killing somebody in our group.
Did they move towards Harshnag?
Nope, they only glanced that way. This was a passive agreement. This was basically like allow us to pour a glass of wine. You've brought the wine. We have an agreement. Allow us to pour the wine. It was looked at more of expected than any way antagonistic. Like, oh, you brought the turkey to sacrifice. Cool. It's right there.
Nope. He's part of our group. We've killed plenty of other giants, and we have no problem doing that. But we're not killing somebody that's part of our group. Not gonna happen.
I step up in front of Harshnag.
What if we agree to take care of the fire giants instead? That still brings you up a slot because then frost giants go up a slot. Win-win.
Yeah, if the stories are true, they've actually reignited Iron Slag, which means they're probably trying to move up too. What if we take them out?
As we have heard as well, between that and their significant requirements and acquisition of adamantine, as well as their...
There you go, Chris.
As well as their acquisition of powerful magic in the form of your kind, we fear they are closer than we had hoped.
No, if you want us to take them out, we need that guy.
Give me a perception check.
Persuasion?
Or persuasion check, yeah, persuasion, sorry.
With advantage or straight? Yeah. Either way,
I'm gonna go straight. It's a little precarious right now.
All right, I'm still giving myself bardic inspiration.
Will you be helping us take out, whether it's the frost or the fire? Will your clan be helping us take them out?
You have our allegiance for this. Yes, we shall stand side by side to take them down.
And would you rather the fire giants, or do you have a vendetta against the frost?
The frost have kept us down for a long while.
Aye, but don't you think the fire keep the frost down, so therefore shit rolls downhill, as they say. So we could
19.
Potentially move you up even higher if need be.
Give me a persuasion check on that one.
I was really just trying to help Warwick. I wasn't trying to...
No, you got this now. And Warwick, you made a persuasive argument. In fact, give me to me with advantage.
Can I throw him bardic inspiration?
You can.
I'll throw him bardic inspiration too. That's a D8, brother.
Good, because I'm gonna need it. My persuasion isn't as good as yours.
Not bad.
18, one higher.
That's awesome.
Actually, exact same, because you're luck. Or your stone, or whatever.
Yeah, well, I have 19. I'm a stone, and then I rolled my bardic inspiration, so I got 19. That's awesome. Good rolling.
So you're going to see the Thane pondering for a moment. So you say, if we eliminate the frost, we move up one. But the fighter are keeping the frost down. Is that correct? And so by eliminating the frost, we still move up one?
I'm offering 2 birds, 1 stone, so to speak. We take out the fire, we take out a threat from you, and you get to move up.
You make a good point. Based on that, we can take out the storm and move up further. The storm would keep the cloud down. The cloud keep the fire down, and the fire keep the frost by eliminating the storm. If we use this conch together and storm the storm.
I like where you're headed, and as you said at the beginning of this conversation, one step at a time, and this is where we start. Let's work with this.
Frost.
Start with fire. I don't think you're understanding. Warwick, help me out here.
25 words or less. Just kidding. No. So everything that we're having to do, we're trying to take out the fire giants. Okay, there's a lot going on. They're keeping the frost giants suppressed down. We take out the fire giants. That's going to help you and help us. Hop over, take care of the frost. Hop over. You're going to get 2 slots up. You're getting even closer to where you want to be. Ultimately, you want to take down everybody as it is, right? You can't do it all in one foul swoop.
I make you this deal then.
Do you really want to be at the top, or do you want to be in second? Because that's the cake position. You don't do anything. You're the highest. You got to keep that up all the time. Nobody wants second place.
I fucking love Aldrin.
Aldrin, give me the persuasion with advantage on that one, buddy.
Please give me a nat. Please give us a nat 20. Please give us a nat 20.
I'm gonna throw in my last bardic inspiration.
Holy shit!
Wait. What am I rolling?
Persuasion with advantage. And a bardic inspiration to boot.
Roll high.
And a D8. Can you guide yourself?
I can, but it's casting a spell, so.
What's up with these 1 on the bardic inspiration die?
Yeah, something's broken.
I haven't rolled higher than like a 3 on that shit. It's insane. Anyways, 18.
18.
You make an excellent point. We will agree to this. So here is their deal. We shall give you the conch. You shall go to the courts. You shall do what you need to do. You have our alliance. We shall aim for second. We shall focus on the fire giants together. However, as a show of good faith, as we are giving you the conch in advance with nothing to our liking, we shall hold on to the map until you bring us the head of one of our northern, one of the giants ahead of us on the ordning. Show us that you are willing to take more of them down, and the map of the dragon killer is yours.
So we just need to chop off the head of a fire giant and mail it to you.
Or frost or cloud.
Yeah.
Or whatever, whatever.
So.
And allow me to sweeten the deal. If you give us that one's head, and he's going to nod towards Harshnag, she's going to nod towards Harshnag. I have a second extra special weapon that I think you might find very interesting.
I'm moving a step closer to Harshnag.
Me too, but with my axe.
All right, roll for initiative and rook attack.
No, I'm like in a protective stance towards Harshnag.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking protective.
We're not.
And should you bring the head of one of the daughters from the stormed court, you have our word that we shall attack no more cities until all is settled.
We went from going back and forth. The last thing we talked about, though, was you give us both. We've taken out all these giants. We're taking out Emrith so you can move your way up. And now you're trying to take the map back that's going to help us defeat this dragon so you guys can move up. If we go into the court...
You want me to hand you 2 things with nothing to show for it?
We've already killed a ton of giants, and we're already trying to go take down the fire giants, which are significant in what they have. We need everything that we can get to help us achieve that. This doesn't do anything for you.
Take her adamantine club, and she's going to smash it to the ground. You need? We have also killed, and we can continue to kill. We had a bargain. We give, you give, we give, then you give. Not we give, and we hope you come back someday.
We're doing all of the work for you. We're taking out.
I agree.
2 different.
In that case, allow us to do the work for you, and we shall handle this on our own. We shall go to the Storm Court and kill this dragon you speak of. We have killed many in the past. We do not need you, tiny people.
So you heard about the dragon before we got here, and you're gonna just walk.
We have killed many dragons.
Okay.
Another one is of no fear.
All right. Take your conch right now and go. See what happens. We're offering.
We shall do just that. He's gonna put it in the giant's hand behind him. You insult us. You do not respect the Thane or the Stone Giants. We thought we had a deal.
You kept changing the deal. It's not fair. Now, if we can settle this down and come back and have a conversation, we can come to an agreement. But you did tell us before that you were going to give us the conch and the map, and then you came back and changed it again.
We still give you that, but you must give us something. Today. Leave this one behind. We will not kill him. We will hold him for, how you say, collateral. Points to Harsh. Or you can give us the little one. It is insignificant to both of us. And points to Grizz.
What do we get if we give you both?
Yeah,
Both for both.
Is that a dick move?
I think it's an awesome move. They're part of our group. Without them, we're not going to be able to take on what we need to take on. So we'll come back to an agreement. The conch, you keep the map, we'll bring you ahead, and then you give us the map. Well, we just
I believe this will be a fair deal.
Okay.
Okay, so out of character, how much are we? I get that part. What else do we agree to out of character?
Doing any of this.
What else did you agree to?
Out of character, we're not doing any of this shit at all. Because Warwick has his hand in his pocket and his fingers are crossed. We ain't doing any of this shit. We're not doing any of it.
Is that the way that works? Harsh's legs are crossed as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. All good. In character, yes. Have an agreement.
So, we have a deal. Can I ask you a small question, purely out of my curiosity?
Sure. Absolutely.
Which of you four will be attending the Storm Court to address those devilish fiends that exist there, our oppressors?
Which of us? What for? Is she talking about a specific four?
Conch only brings one person.
The conch only brings 4
of your
party.
Okay, now I understand. Sorry. That's. I'm not sure yet.
It is set to prevent mass numbers from entering the court in one go. I was curious as I would leave these 2 behind, pointing to the Grizz and Harsh, as I do not know if they would be welcome.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We have a few strategies in mind, and we're kind of going to play it out. Is this a conch that I can't hold, right? Like it's big, or can
No, it's actually it's very small in their hand. It's very large to you, but it's if a normal conch is like this to us humans, this thing's maybe it's large and it's awkward, but you can hold it.
Awesome. Yeah.
I give you this conch. We shall await the head that you bring us, and we shall keep the cities on notice for when they are ready to be cleared out eventually.
Wonderful. thank you for your hospitality. This is a wonderful room, by the way. I love the decorations. These stones really bring out the character. Appreciate it.
And with that, he hands you the conch. She hands you the conch and steps back.
Cool. Now, this is the conch, right? Like, she's not trying to bullshit us.
As far as you're aware, it's a conch.
Would we have any way of knowing that it is the correct conch? By knowing
magical properties, you would recognize it with a detect magic spell. You could investigate it, attune to it. Nothing that is immediate, but
does it look like the conch that was at Grudhog that broke?
It does look like a sea conch. They look similar, yes, in size. And I can't imagine that the stone giants carry around a lot of conchs.
You never
They're
know.
not seashell collectors in general, but you do not know if it's a decoy.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask. And if we bring back the head of one of the Hecaton's daughters, we would not need to clear out the cities.
This is correct.
Is that correct?
We agree.
Good. That's good to know.
Out of character, we already know 2 of them are upright biznitches, so...
Yes.
And they're probably going to have to die anyways, but
yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they're cool. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have been just convinced by Emerith. I don't...
Maybe.
I think, yeah. Kind of.
They could be. They could be cool. Who knows?
But nonetheless, live to fight another day.
Yeah. Yep. So with that, I bid you adieu. If you don't mind, we're going to head out and we're going to get started on what we talked about.
We look forward to meeting again.
Me too.
Suck
and when we need help from your from the stone giants, as you agreed to, what is the best way to contact you? What do you want us to do? Just send you a quick message, or...
You have not hesitated to reach out to me directly yet? Impaling yourself on my thoughts? You may do so again, this time with my permission.
Who, by chance, who reached out to me yesterday? There's somebody else who reached out.
One of my loyal attendants who is able to cast a few spells. You might recognize him. Actually, he is not here. I take that back. Okay. It is a Calica.
A Calica.
A Calica.
Calicker.
Yes.
Cadillac.
Cataract?
And when we decide to
Catamaran?
Storm the fire giants, how many stone giants will be joining us?
If you hold up your end of the bargain, you shall have all of us, which currently, despite the killed bodies that you have so mercilessly done outside, stands at 24 at any given time.
24, you say? Never mind, I'm not even going to say it. I'll wait. Okay. Well, with that being said, so a Calica would be like the second in command, you would say, right? Just trying to make sure I don't do things in the wrong order or disrespect you.
Calica would be my loyal lieutenant. Second in command would be an overstatement.
Okay. Cool. Well, on that note, it's getting pretty late. I think we're ready to head out.
It's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We spent enough time here, though. We're ready to.
All right. With that said, they stand and watch you go as Hydia begins to lead you out the way you came through the tunnels.
Hey, is there a way? We traveled pretty far. Are we still gonna have to go down south, or is there a way we can get out like up north? That's a quicker way, because that's basically where we're headed, anyways.
There is no other way out besides the south.
Okay. That's right.
The pivot points here are specific for restraint.
All right.
With that said, I'll go ahead and move you guys. You don't have to go one at a time. But you seem to be freely let out of Deadstone Cleft.
Nice.
And
I'd
you
like to
exit.
be last out and just apologize to her for the bloodshed the previous day.
Now, if you wouldn't mind handing over that map, that'd be great.
No, a general charisma check.
I mean, I have no intentions here other than I'm just apologizing for their loss.
Yeah, I just want a general charisma check.
Okay. Oop, accidental advantage. Doesn't matter. I am not.
Yeah, like the first one. You're a little blundering on it, but they seem to take you at face value and nothing more. It is appreciated.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so with that being
all
said.
right. So with that said, I'll move everyone out to the front, but I think that is a good place to call it there, as you guys have recovered the conch without any battle, which is unfortunate because it's a pretty damn cool map. Didn't have to fight your way through it with some awesome features, but that's okay. May not be the last. And so, with that said, you guys are at the entrance of the cleft at a very late 8 a.m.
Right before we head out, I am going to cast detect magic just to make sure this is a magical conch and that it is the right one. But that's it. That's all I want to do.
All right, and you do recognize a school of magic comes off of that particular conch. It would align with teleportation.
Nice. Go. That's all I needed.
We said that 4 people can travel via the conch. That was 4. Okay.
That is what Thane indicated.
Okay.
So we're gonna need a second conch, folks.
Maybe. Sounds like we should have just contacted the daughter and the brother to begin with.
The fire giants have one as well, right?
Yeah.
We gotta take them out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get to the front, assuming no one's as soon as hyena, as soon as she goes, whatever her name is, as soon as she goes away, like, by the way, guys, we're not doing any of that shit. We got the conch. That's all we came for. Again, she's away. I'm not saying this while she's around. Just
she doesn't hear you.
For the greater good, for the greater good, we'll take care of some things, but we're gonna have to come back and kill them.
Fuck
no doubt.
That thing's a bitch. Didn't give me the map. I'm pissed.
All right, we'll end the stream.
Sounds good. We will catch you guys next week.
Nice.